start singing this soon.
It's like...
No, I just know the song. I really like it.
To be honest, it's gonna sound silly, but what actually might help the bit rate is if we cut off the screen. That constant blinking of lights, like that shadow flicker,
really fucking cool.
is probably like
it's very cool.
Affecting the whatchamacallit a tiny bit.
Did SpongeBob come in yet?
Yeah.
Squidward was just in there with his clarinet.
To be honest, it's gonna sound silly, but what actually might help the bit rate is if we cut off the screen. That constant blinking of lights. Yeah, it looks a lot better now. Although it just it's running so much.
Why is it doing that?
You can actually set it to monetize, so that might be a setting we have to look at. You can just skip it. It's okay.
Oh no, I get paid on that.
But yeah, well that's exactly it then. That way your channel gets monetized if somebody wants to.
And it's about Xbox, what is it? With
We
Minecraft?
definitely want to skip it.
So it's Minecraft.
No, it's my board right now.
No, it's pole position.
Yeah, they released a new board.
You don't like pole position?
No, I said they do. Yeah.
Very confused.
I'm very concerned about this.
I'm not.
I mean, it's awesome.
I'm not concerned at all.
Everything that
This was like the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's terrific. I'm just wondering how long until they get sued.
It was locked on like 30 days. I just have to research where I'm setting it. Probably you have to test how much uploads you have.
I'm at 10 meg.
Alright.
Xbox One exclusive. Get the Xbox One limited edition bundle.
You just made yourself a cool 10
That was
cents.
awesome.
You think?
That's about what you get, isn't it, for if somebody watches a full commercial on an advertisement?
I don't know.
Probably right. I just have to research where I'm setting it. Probably you have to test how much uploads you have.
I'm at 10 meg.
Alright.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I told Phil to watch it.
Limited edition bundle.
You just made yourself a cool 10 cents.
That was awesome.
You think?
You think it's a good idea? Of course.
I like the duck top hat in the corner there.
Oh, stop it, Aquaman. It's still wrecking.
He totally missed, according to them. And I guess there's an earlier version of it. This is their second one they put out.
Oh my god.
Well, there's two. Well, no. If you're a fan of Metalocalypse, there's actually two versions of that song. There's Mermaider and there's Mermaider 2.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
But
a
supposedly
dork.
that's
Nerd. Let's start this comic book podcast.
With no comics.
I read Death Head from 2 weeks ago.
But then we'll get into news, unless you want to talk about stuff then.
Oh no, you read Holy Fuck, right?
Yeah, I guess.
No, well, yeah. Did you read it? Did your eyes?
But
Read
not
it.
having an
You
actor,
could've read
I'm
it.
gonna have to piggyback on him because
Why?
I don't have information in front of me. I turn to I'm fucking retard anyways.
Use it. Yeah. No excuses.
What's one of his books? I want to steal it from him.
We'll pretend we're like a fifth grade
And I'm lazy.
class.
Oh my god, Joe. It's like the simplest book to review.
But are we up and running? We're good?
We are great.
Come on,
Okay.
can't even talk about Jesus.
Can you-
No. That's why I want to hear
Am I
you
good audio-wise?
review this book.
You're great.
All right.
Fantastic.
Is Phil good audio-wise?
okay.
Did you
Phil
mute him?
is Phil is going to review a book.
I think we actually have to start the podcast first.
We do.
Podcast started. Review.
That's gonna sound great.
Yeah. This is great
Fourth
radio.
week, nailed it, right?
Are we streaming right now?
We are live. Yes.
We are live.
I kind of feel this is like a kindergarten thing right now, where it's like, I'm going to read a book for you right now. It is called Holy Fucked.
Take a look. It's in a book.
You know,
Holy
out of pure boredom, but also fascination too, I put that on Netflix because I was like, does the theme song sound the same?
Where he lives and who he loves.
Cinemax needs to pick that up.
I was talking about reading Rainbow,
Oh.
but I like my Geordies reading books and doing, Mr. Rogers type things.
What are we watching now?
The season teaser trailer for Arrow.
Already watched it.
Didn't,
Nope.
but
Watched the
I like the guy. I
Flash.
forget his name,
We're
but he's a pretty
broadcasting
good
on
villain.
YouTube, and the broadcasting on YouTube is going to get copyright claimed.
why?
Oh, Damien Dark?
In the
Yeah.
background, there's the trailer playing. Trust me, you don't think that does? People drive by playing something in a car in a video, and your video gets
Ooh, does
seized.
that score me more brownie points on the sack because I knew that?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen,
We're live!
welcome to another episode of Hall of Heroes.
I just watched it recently, so.
So, away we go.
Away we go.
Phil.
Up and away.
Phil's gonna review a book. That's the beginning.
Digitally.
Of the book,
I'm Eric, by the way.
Phil. And I'm Marco.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Lee.
And this is Phil trying to figure out how to work the
Hi!
tablet.
Phil, as I drink the blood of
Phil,
Christ here,
what
Yet-
what are
yet
you
another
what are you
I'm
reading?
getting. I needed to look through
Continuing
it
the
so I can
streak
kind of
of
get a
strong
image of
openings.
what all happened.
Phil.
4 or 5 weeks.
I'm
in a
gonna
row
be
now, we
fucking
just
reviewing the
nailed
book. I
You
have to
did.
know what
This is
happened.
great.
What do you mean?
All
you
right,
have to know
so
Oh, wait a minute.
I read
where's
this,
that?
like,
Wait a minute.
for, like,
That
a
actually
minute
goes
and
with
a
the
half.
theme. I was talking about Blood of Christ.
I
You
just
said
zipped through
nailed
it. I
it.
didn't really
He's
look at it
reviewing
too
Holy
much.
Fuck. That was really
Guys,
good.
we're like Bible thumpers.
Exactly.
Actually,
Okay, go ahead.
speaking of Bible
Let me
thumpers,
read my
my employee today just gave me the most brilliant idea.
Oh my god.
This employee?
Oh no
Who's
no
this?
no
No, no,
Oh,
no, no, no,
okay.
no, 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 no.
Be
No.
real.
Wait, who is
Alright,
this?
No, that would be Kyle
Okay.
from the Saturday Morning Comic Podcast.
Okay.
Which he's a literal holy roller.
Yes. So now he watches some comedian. I guess it's on HBO. I guess was part of the original Jon Stewart show. I don't watch it.
Stephen Colbert?
Oh, John Oliver.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
this weekend, last week in news or whatever.
Last week, this week. Like last week, this
Something
week.
where they
whatever,
review the
with
news
John
every
Oliver.
week,
on
yeah.
So
HBO.
basically,
Right.
he takes on the TV evangelist.
I did not get to see this.
wanna see
And
this.
so here's the deal: you can literally create a church, and everything would all your donations that you receive would be
Tax-free.
tax free. Yes. And so this comedian,
Like you need an even bigger ego. Continue.
well, this is true, but this comedian has set up a church, if you will.
John Oliver did.
Yeah.
Hold
where
on, while you're talking about this, I will look up. said
all
church.
the said donations are going to be going to some relief, but
Some bullshit.
yeah,
Whatever that
something.
is.
But I'm like, I have a place where you can come and meet. I have a target audience already.
You would say some people worship these heroes.
Or worship him.
There's actually
Right,
Lee,
I could be the
Lee,
pastor because yeah,
the pastor, not the pasture.
right. I'm out too.
Anyway, the first headline when I was looking
That was
this
nice.
up actually was that John Oliver's fake church, his bogus church, is a complete success. What it's called, I love this.
Yes, this is great.
Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption.
Yes,
Here's the homepage. This is the actual homepage.
That's awesome.
yes. So I'm thinking, why not set up a
Phil, don't spill
Sure.
my blood of Christ.
church
I won't.
here at the comic shop?
Can I just throw in something here? Just
Sure,
to throw it
sure.
out there. I'm an ordained reverend online. We can make this work.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
My
When did you
god,
become
it
an
all
ordained
makes
reverend?
sense
This is
now.
high school. I'm the ordained reverend of the Universal Life Church, and I'm pretty sure it's
Is this like Scientologist shit?
I think you just kind of give them money and they go,
No, I did it for free.
Oh,
Do you want
it's
to marry
free?
this
Well,
one?
I don't know if there are any. I performed the marriage ceremony. Legitimately, I married
But
two
did you
people.
say that though?
What?
Oh my
Did you
god, I
marry
could
this
do
fool?
that. How
No.
fucked up would that be?
Can you?
No, but I
You
did
can do
that,
right?
and I'm pretty sure it's it's on the up and up because after that I also ordained Yoda. So I pronounced
Nice.
certificate. I don't know where it went, but I have a certificate where I ordained Yoda as well. But I don't think we can get him.
Hey, last
But I
week
can show
there,
up
there
to
was
this.
a dude that he couldn't get the Batmobile for his wedding, so we just had Batman show up for his wedding. Did you know that? It
What
was
does this
pretty
have to
epic.
do with becoming a church?
But we're just talking about
I'm
marriage.
just saying. You know,
Okay.
I'll stop in once a week.
Mm-hmm.
You're the leader of this thing.
Right.
You be supreme leader, and if I really want you to take that title.
Why do you?
I like Supreme
leader?
Overlord.
Supreme Overlord?
What are we
okay
in
with
Korea right now?
that. Huh?
What are we in Korea?
No, we're
Supreme
in one of
leader.
Collectibles.
Wait a minute. So what does that mean? It's like
I'm
every time
really
he takes
worried
a
about
shit, we
him.
have to like cry and be like, oh.
Wasn't that
it's
what they
amazing."
call like Kim Jong
They do.
Supreme?
Well, it depends. I think the title has like changed over the years.
So, you and I gotta get together on this. Let's get this thing going.
So not only do I have the idea of having the naked
Was it
comic
leaders?
book reviews,
Love it.
but now I have the idea of becoming a church.
Why can't we have both? It's your church. You can do what you want.
We could write our own commandments. I would love to see the commandments you come up with.
Thy should read Batman every Sunday
And Monday.
and Monday
And twice on Tuesday.
and twice on Tuesday.
Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's Batman. That type of shit.
No, I think you should.
You should
That's
have the
pretty
only
progressive.
Well, it is progressive time. Even the Pope is
Batman.
trying to make
Pope is from the fucking
annulments.
streets, dude. He knows where it's
Yeah.
at.
Yeah, we don't want our church to look
He's
like
a hood
cake.
pope.
He is.
Right. We want the modern day people.
He's
to
like,
come.
he's like, word.
So just my thought process there.
Okay.
We also have a website which we could have a a subdivision of.
Yeah.
One of collectyourmoney.com.
No, I was thinking more like Hall of Heroes.
Oh.
And Johnny always did say you're worshiping the fish god Heros.
That is true, you are.
Fair
So
point.
I mean, just some thoughts I have there. Just some
You
thoughts.
can call our followers the congregation of heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. There's no more for that idea.
Okay. So just some thought. I mean, I watched the video and I gotta tell you, it was fucking hilarious.
You know what I think is funny is the point of that video. I assume is just that for him to point out how ridiculous it is that you can do that.
Absolutely.
Your first thought is, I should fucking do that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Will there be UFC pay-per-view fights at this church?
Not so much.
I'm in if there is.
We can
I'll
crucify
even.
you.
Can I watch UFC? What happens?
If you donate.
No, it's not donating. It's giving your seed.
Yeah, it's tied. It's tied.
What?
It's tied.
So, holy
Yeah.
fuck.
What did
Number
you just
one.
say?
I don't-
How about we
I
review
heard
that
what you
book?
heard. I'm moving on.
Well,
Comic book time.
You have to
guys.
watch it, but yeah, they talk about giving your seed
Comic book time.
Yeah.
and not your
With
seed all
Phil
over your face.
From one of
Because that was mentioned
Collectibles.
too.
Comic book time.
I'll take it in my mouth, just not like all over in a basket or anywhere else.
Oh, it was all over.
Oh, fuck that.
Just indiscriminately giving seed.
Holy
Absolutely.
fuck!
Yes.
Number one.
Yes,
Number
this
one.
whole conversation.
Yes.
So we're now on to from the Church of One Up Collectibles to the comic book put out by Action Lab,
Yes.
known as Holy Fucked, which
Yes.
is a sequel to the Holy Fuck
Which was great.
4-part mini.
Yes.
Which, before you start, Nick Marino was happy that, like I said,
That you got to view.
He's a good guy.
that I got to view the
Kiss ass. No.
digital.
No, seriously,
No,
he's
I
a good
said-
guy.
I'm
I
just-
really
I-
wish we could have had the the One Up Collectibles variant, but well, things.
He's very responsive on Twitter.
Oh, absolutely. He's
So-
also responsible on Facebook.
He's a pretty decent looking guy too. Is the only vag at the table here. So.
You don't know me that well.
Well, then you might go to Nick Marino.
Sploosh.
All over his face,
Yup.
So, Phil, how about that
planting a
book?
seed.
Indiscriminately.
So we have Jesus in Los Angeles, California, and he's riding down the street on his awesome skateboard. Fucking landing tricks, going over dogs. Fucking crazy shit, right? So he comes in, and of course Satan is there waiting for him. Open arms, cooking for him. Gives him a big old kiss, grabs that ass, as anyone would with Satan,
I would.
right? And then he says, dinner's in 20. And he's just like, alright, cool, I'm gonna grab a shower. and goes up, grabs a shower, and all of a sudden we got Jesus cock. Tons of Jesus cock. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this on air.
Why not?
You said it.
Okay, here. I'll.
Hold it up to the camera.
We're just gonna have to pass some Jesus cock on to our viewers. And this is the downfall of one of Collectibles right here.
I should be watching the live thing to see how it actually looks.
I don't even know if that's actually in the zone.
That's probably in the zone.
You're probably just like right on the tip. But anyways.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
We're not talking about that book.
That's true. But anyways, then you got this giant Jesus cock in your face, which is just great.
How Phil likes it.
Exactly. And then we go to the nun, who's serving dinner at a community shelter.
So Phil,
Yes?
what about that nun?
We're moving on, Marco. We're not talking about that. And
So
you
we have to
basically-
talk about this for a second. So
Oh my
Phil's
God.
reading this
Why do you always have to bring race into this?
because you did, Phil.
No, you did. Just now. I didn't say anything.
No, you totally did.
No,
just
I
earlier.
didn't. Anyway.
So he's looking at the picture of her,
Yes.
and he's like, "What? Was she
Was
black
she black
before?"
last time? Does she not look kind of black in this? Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Wasn't she white in the last one?
I don't know. That's the first time I've ever read that book.
Like I said, I think honestly,
She
it's
looks-
the
I don't
color of his tablet. It's so vibrant that it's just
No, it's not,
making,
Phil.
I kind of think it is.
No, because
if we
I
go
actually
back,
have the original series.
instead of red, he almost looks like purpley red.
Purpley red. What? Satan?
Satan.
No, that's red.
No, if you would have seen, like, that's like pinkish purple.
Oh, okay.
red.
All right.
Like, whereas
It's
the
called
other
magenta.
one, well, the other one, it was a more
By the
fiery.
way,
Phil
I
learns
love if
colors.
you read this book, this is where he's getting hung up.
I'm not, fuck, I wasn't the one who fucking got us on. This is all Marco.
No, Phil, if you think about it this way, it's like
Yeah.
before, like in the first series, she was kind of, I can't really think of anything else.
She was
besides
lighter colored, but-
habit bound.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
The coloring was later because I do have some of the original Holy Fuck on the tablet as
Yeah.
well. And it's not the vibrancy of the tablet; it's just that he colored her a little.
Or if you're
Yeah, but it's like,
actually
if she's
on the
not-
same tablet, maybe those colors look
It is.
exactly the same.
It's
out
the
of
exact same
out of the
tablet.
habit,
I'm gonna have to bring in my
Seriously,
book and we'll
out of the
compare.
habit, if she
I'll
actually
show you.
has
You
a
and me'll
life
compare.
now,
I'll show you, Philip.
You and
if
me'll
she actually has a
compare
life
later.
now, it's totally understandable.
Yeah,
if she
you know
could
they
get
are
like a
in,
tan.
they do get tan in Los
Yeah.
Angeles.
That's true. That's very true.
Even
Good
though they
point.
have all that smog.
all
Yes.
that smog.
It never rains in
So,
Southern
I'm
California.
working
can I
on
get-
my
let me-
TV
Let me
evangelist
just
voice.
get back to the
I was,
story.
I was
because-
working on
killing
my
it.
song references. Like, no, go ahead, Phil.
I mean, none.
Oh,
the
no, we
the
got
nun
it.
didn't really play a
I
big
did, it
portion
just
of this
fell
book. What did is the very next page where Jesus is sitting there jamming out to his fucking drum set that he sees in front of him,
Right.
and fucking Satan's looking over at him, lays down, turns around, and goes, "Hey, honey bunny, we need to have a conversation. I got something I need to tell you." Well, turns out Jesus and Satan are having a baby, and
Word.
Satan's pregnant, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, that's great news."
Wouldn't
You know?
that technically be the Antichrist?
Yeah.
Would that be the Negachrist? That would negate itself. wouldn't it?
Guys, it's Optimus Prime.
I mean, but really, isn't that really what it's like when anyone has kids? Anyways,
Because Phil has so many.
I don't know.
so anyways, you have Jesus. He's going around town, basically just doing weird shit. He fucking grabs a basketball, slam dunk. Jesus, how'd you learn to slam dunk like that? Stuff like that. He goes into the shelter where the nun is working, starts talking to her. I guess explains everything to her. Keep going here. And then you have Mount Olympus, where obviously Zeus and everybody was killed by Jesus, and holy fuck, obviously. And you have Hercules sitting there in the throne of his ruined Mount Olympus. It is ruined, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. And then, the spider comes down next to him and says, "Hey, Jesus and Satan are having a baby." And he's just like, "I'm not in a fucking mood for jokes. Like, everything up here is hell, and I don't need that." It's like, "No, seriously, they're having a baby." So he's like, "All right." So he has taken it upon himself to go after Jesus and kill him. And so then you have a conversation with them, and Hercules shows up to kill Jesus.
I love how his review of it is in words and words and
Words and words and words and words.
So, the first time I saw Hercules in this, I'm like, is that fucking Zangief?
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Um,
And
but
if
yeah.
it was, it's still not the weirdest part of that book.
I wish
No.
I wish this was like in some kind of motion where it was like.
Oh, you should really read the rest of the books.
What's that?
You should read the
I
old
was
series.
busy.
What?
That's-
I love
So,
me some
Phil.
Street Fighter.
Gotcha. Phil, what did you think of Holy Fuck?
I enjoyed it. It was weird,
I looked at
to say the
pictures.
least. Saw some cock. It's kind of different.
The cock in the
Show him
book.
that. You guys
Different than your cock, or
show
I
him
mean,
the
what do you
splash page
think?
of him coming through the roof with 2 machine guns blazing at the gods. It's one of my favorite splash pages I've seen. In a while.
Why?
fits.
To do what? To prove what?
No,
No,
just to
but
show him
what-
you should
what
read
do
the
you
book.
get
Phil,
There it is.
this?
There it is. Here he comes going after the gods,
That
right
is-
through the wall.
Oh, because you
rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat.
haven't you haven't seen it. so-
No, Phil, I was bringing this up to show you that this is the
That
same chick.
doesn't look.
But
Oh
she's
Yes,
my
it
God.
does.
Go back. That's like 10 shades darker.
Why are you
The
so
last
hung up on how
one.
black somebody is?
I'm not.
It's called a tan, Phil. She is Hispanic. Her name is Maria Garcia.
Okay.
So, okay, so I was wrong.
Porque.
Phil,
Listen,
you
it's
just
not
said
a big
Porque
deal.
in a,
I know.
a
Oh,
fucking
you
fake
gotta show
Italian
that.
Yeah,
accent.
Jesus
Smoking a
big
bong with hookers, watching tentacle porn. As any Jesus
A
would
Tuesday.
do. Slow Tuesday, right?
So, anyways, Phil.
But yeah, you should take a look at the copies. I'll bring some in for you.
But what I'm just trying to get at is it's not the coloring of the tablet. It's just
No, she's.
In my
I
opinion,
think out of the habit, she's
that's-
very, very tan.
plus.
That's
like
fine.
I said, they're in San Francisco.
Hey,
She's
Phil,
Like I
not
said,
gonna
I
go.
wasn't even gonna bring it up.
Can I
You're
show
the
you
one who brought
something?
it up.
I'm white. I'm
That's
like
great.
Are
the
you?
whitest individual like on the
Hold
planet.
on, hold on.
I couldn't
To
tell.
begin with,
Hold on.
look.
I could not tell.
White.
Jen, you know what? One day maybe I'll come in here after you've like been on vacation. I'll be like, Jennifer's black. What?
I worked.
Good, then you might
This,
have been a quick-
this is not anything to do with
Maybe.
comics, but just off that subject. When
Yeah.
I was a kid, I worked door to door and worked with this big photo negative of me, with the skin
Nice.
color.
Nice.
Big black dude, and he said, "I got this awesome prank." So we stopped working. We went to a tanning salon, and he went inside the door and just waited. And around about 10 minutes later, these 2 tween, like uppity white girls come walking in. He walks out right before they walk in, and he just stops and he goes, "Holy shit!" And that's like it was the greatest look of it. Like, oh my god, these 2 girls nearly shit themselves. It was amazing for him to just act like that. And by the way, he wasn't one of the fair-skinned African Americans. He's like
dark.
dark. It was the greatest.
That's-
All he did was fuck with white people the entire time I worked with him.
that's
It's
pretty
so
awesome.
amazing.
So I have a book I'm going to review.
Yeah.
Amazing
tablet.
Spider-Man #5. Renew Your Vows. So this is the final part of this story arc for Renew Your Vows. So you do have the resistance group coming to fight against Regent, and you also have Mary Jane and their daughter Annie coming to rescue Peter. Now, in the last issue, you found out that, well, Hawkeye found out that Peter Parker had designed a power inhibitor. So he fashioned it to a bow, or to an arrow, to try and shoot at Regent to cut him off from all the powers that he's accessing. So, as you have Peter, I think this is the right page, yeah. As you have Peter, he's like locked in one of Regent's kind of cells that he uses to suck the powers out of the people that he's captured. Peter's talking about going over like his life and what he thought he would have saw, but what he saw was like, his loved ones and his loss and stuff. He didn't see like, the spider biting him or anything to pretty much do with Spider-Man at all. So you do have them coming in. You have Annie Parker, who again inherited spider powers, kind of beating the shit out of this one woman and pissing her off because every time she hit her, she said tag.
That's such a dick move.
Then you also have Mary Jane just beating the shit out of some like scientist guy. She's just like, yeah, I got this too. So the one chick that Annie was fighting had a kind of a Regent suit on as well, not as powerful. She could still tap into, I believe, only 1 power. So after they beat her up, Mary Jane actually takes this suit and puts it on. So you do have Regent coming in because he's getting pissed because as Mary Jane's putting the suit on, Annie's going to all these different like chambers trying to find her father, but she's also destroying the chamber so he can't access those powers. Then you have Peter kind of waking up and doing something that they didn't think was possible, that Reed didn't think was possible, and breaking out of his containment. So you do have Peter attacking him, them going to the floor, him accessing different powers and getting pissed because, well, like I said, as he's fighting him, Mary Jane and Annie are up there disconnecting more powers from him. So as Annie comes flying down, she actually hits Regent with the arrow piece that has the the inhibitor chip. So Annie basically is like, look, I'm still stronger than all you guys. So all three of the Parkers pretty much beat his ass until he grabs Annie, and then Peter. And this is the part where he says something about he's going to renew his vows. I guess his vow not to kill, since he did kill Venom in the beginning of this. And you just kind of have him taken away. And at the end it says, in a perfect world, you get a happily ever after. Not us. Every chapter of our lives ends with a big old to be continued, because our story keeps going on, and we wouldn't have it any other way. So I don't know if they're going to continue with this. I kind of hope they do, because this was pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be as good if it's not contained.
Okay.
But all in all, it wasn't bad.
So, and I know you and I have talked about this before. I haven't been reading this, but it was one that you've told me very positive things about the whole time. So this would be one worth getting in trade. Like, it just as a single storyline.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. All right.
But that is the book I'm going to review.
All right.
That is it for me.
All right. Lee, do you have anything?
Nope.
Nope. I also did not get to read any books from this week. So I just picked up Death Head #1 from Dark Horse Comics. I believe this came out 2 weeks ago. And I've been told it's been selling pretty well. The cover's pretty sweet. It's an old medicine man, right?
Yeah.
An old Italian medicine
Old
man.
Italian medicine man, right. Okay. So I picked it up just to give it a look.
Renaissance era, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So I feel so much better now.
Because I said that?
Yeah, I was about to say, this whole book doesn't make any sense because I can't figure out what that guy is. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. So, the book opens up with a couple in a national park going on a hike. And it kind of made me chuckle right off the bat because they're implying that this isn't a honeymoon, it's a baby moon. They're about to have a baby, so they're going for a hike. Yeah, hey, you're newly pregnant. We should take a strenuous hike.
Ironically, just quickly, there was a story in the news about a couple that did that, and I was like, what the fuck is a baby moon? And they were fighting their insurance company because she prematurely had twins on said baby moon. One of them died, and the other one, who survived, had to go and require special equipment for them to get back to the States, and they were fighting it, and I was like, I didn't even know baby moons were a thing.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it either. And much less thought, you're newly pregnant. Let's go rock climbing.
You know what?
What could happen?
Yeah, right. So to me, this really starts off as a story about a couple who just really kind of doesn't want this kid, but neither one of them's willing to say it. So, anyway. So they're hiking in the woods, and they come upon this ghost town that's not on the map. So the guy goes, as most guys would, we should probably check that shit out. As like most horror movies or any horror book starts with that obvious part of like, yeah, maybe just not do that at all. Nope, we're gonna check it out. So this couple goes, checks it out, and the girls point out like everything here looks too well maintained. Like they thought it's like one of those recreation towns where they have a staff and all that. But everything looks really well maintained. They see the nooses. They go into the church, and she points out that nothing's dusty. That there's clearly someone still using this church, but there's no one in this town. So he's pointing out, so I bet this shit's all props. He picks up a sword. I bet it's plastic. It's not. It's a real sword. And he drops it. All these moths come out with a death's head, you know, on the top there, kind of like the Silence of the Lambs kind of thing. And they stumble backstage at a church where they find like a small operating room. And this guy is the most thick-headed person, one of the most thick-headed people I've ever seen, because each time he's like, hey, maybe you're right. Oh, look at that, like a mask. I'm going to check that out. And then falls through a trap door. So this guy is just itching to die.
Was this one issue where, excuse me, he dies?
No. I mean,
I would enjoy that.
You know what? Let me just. I'll finish the fucking story.
Sorry. You should die of your stupidity.
No, it doesn't. No, he should. I agree with you. And so then we flash to another group of people, a group of girls at a, I guess it's a nunnery, a Catholic school. There's one. They're all smoking and all that, and they're all
As Catholic girls are off
to do. And the one girl who really hates being there gets caught. She's forced to go to confession, and she pretty much tells the priest, you know, she gives him the bird, says, "I'm not, you know, Hail Mary that." And he tells her she's going to be expelled. So she's sitting there looking at Jesus hanging on the cross, which in our church, I mean, I wouldn't treat him like Jesus, but we're going to crucify him. Okay. No.
Personally, I
Gotta get
think
some hefty nails.
if they're going to do and be disrespectful like that, we should go back to the old days.
Okay,
You
and?
follow me?
Yeah.
And-
Well, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happened. So what do you think?
Well, you know, one of my favorite things
it might be part of
is
the
like there's a commercial, and I think it's like a Geico commercial or something,
Yeah.
and they're in like this torture chamber, and
Oh,
they're
the
using
ping
the
pong one.
body as like a ping pong
Yes.
net.
Yes.
They're using the rack.
Yeah.
The medieval.
Yeah,
the guy
uses
uses
So,
it
so
as
I'm
a net.
thinking maybe something like that.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. This is just getting better and better. So anyway,
And granted, we can't kill him.
no.
They
Yeah,
did
we-
the
we-
Geico commercial.
We
No, they
can
didn't.
make it part of their penance, though.
No, I'm saying they didn't. That's
And
what
part
I'm
of the penance, or just our amusement. I mean, whatever.
It's the same thing,
Yeah, right.
right?
Okay. So she that's her story so far. Then we get to another group of people. It's a younger kid being bullied. They're near a sewer, like an open sewer pipe. And the bullies are taking his backpack, throwing all his homework down it. And they start telling him, "What are you afraid of the man that lives down there?" And they start telling him, like, as kids do, like that creepy guy who lives in the woods, who's gonna skin you alive and drink your blood.
Then he
You know,
throws Venus flytraps at them, and it's like
right, yeah, like and they're like saying every Halloween he just takes a kid and he's never seen again. Yeah, we all had that as kids.
Yeah, in Creepshow too.
So,
His fly trap.
but yeah, hold on. What the hell are you talking about?
Creepshow too.
Okay.
Didn't Billy go and take out his bullies with Venus flytraps?
And magical beans.
No, Venus flytraps.
But they were magical beans that created the Venus flytrap, didn't they?
They were seeds. They grew into Venus flytraps.
seeds.
Seeds.
And then they chomped on that
And
fat
would you
fucking
say
Glenn
they,
Danzig kid.
When they spread these seeds, was it indiscriminate?
No, it was very discriminatory.
Very discriminately. Very concentrated.
Billy was very,
Hey.
very bullied.
Maybe they could be in part of your church. They got seed. See what it did there? Stupid.
Anyway,
Moving on.
kitties.
Yes.
Are we good?
You're both.
Yes.
Okay. So they say, oh yeah, if you don't believe in him, why don't you go find him? They push him down the drain. He goes flowing down the drain.
Because everyone floats down here, Georgie.
Yeah. Sure. So, I'm just trying to get through this. Why is it every week this happens when I review? All right,
It
whatever.
happens to all of us. It does. Go ahead.
By the way, I'm really kind of bummed out that you don't just have the mustache anymore.
I know,
does.
he trimmed
No,
it
no,
the
but
very
it's
next
like-
day.
it's- yeah,
He
it's-
trimmed it back. It was really full, and
Yeah.
he was in the bathroom, like, trimming
Anyway.
it flatter.
So
it
now
wasn't
we-
puffed out.
Now we go back
Look at
to
your-
our first couple who's at the church, and the first thing we see is the old Renaissance Italian medicine man, kind of looking guy, dragging a body back to his church. He's falling down the trap door. She's trying to make a rope out of sheets to go get him. She tries to go down. She falls. Again, by the way, pregnant.
Super.
This is not mentioned again, by the way. Like, she just falls down a thing. Never mentioned. Like, their first concern is, oh my God, the baby. It's like, hey, what are you awake? That's it.
Well, she fell, but she didn't do, like, you know, a speedball or anything, so
As long
it's
as
like
she had-
she's fine.
Yeah. She's fine.
Okay.
Or they just don't want this kid.
Just saying.
They're
Just
hoping.
throwing it out there, floating that out there. So she tries to wake him up. They both wake up to a generator being turned on. They realize that this pit they fall into is just filled with bones. And so they also very quickly realize it starts to get hotter. And that smell he thinks he smelled, it smelled like meat. It's a crematorium. They're in this giant inferno. And this is the problem I have with the book. Then we go back to the Catholic school girls. Okay, I'm just going to shorthand this. They're in class, she does mushrooms, shit gets weird. Done. Then we go back to the
Wow,
kid
that
who
is
got...
pretty weird.
Yeah, it is pretty weird. Well, that's not what... Okay, I'm not going to mention that. We'll talk about... I already talked about that with Marco. That's not accurate. That's more accurate.
Well, I'm just saying that's weird, but it's
It is
like
weird.
whatever. That's more artistic weird. Than
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. So then we go back to the kid who got pushed down the drain. He's hanging from a pipe screaming, "Please help me!" And his hand pulls him up, and there's a little girl there that says, "This is my hiding spot. What are you doing here?" And yes, what she's doing. She goes, "I'm hiding from a very, very bad man." My first thought, Jared, I'm wrong, but you know, still there. Could have been.
Could have.
So he goes, "Do you mind if I join you?" Basically, she goes, "Fine." This whole time we've seen her behind a pipe, like she's like there's something that she's standing on. When he goes, there's a page here. You see her, she's actually floating behind the pipe.
Fuck that shit.
Right? Kind of creepy. Then we go back to the pregnant couple, and they're trying to get out of the inferno, and they're trying to break the fan that's sucking all the air out. He's got jammed this mast that he found to try and break the fan, and that's when you see the old medicine man with a corpse he's about to throw down there. Notice that the pressure is building, and that they got out and they're escaping through the vent. The final page of the book is him looking through the window at these two people who just escaped his church that he didn't know that was there. So all in all, that's the book. The big issue I had is every time he started to get into one group story, it's like, oh yeah, you remember these people? It's like, oh fuck. For a first issue, it was cool. I would have liked to see the antagonist more. You really only saw him for 2 or 3 frames.
But there's not really too many underlying stories where it's like that is really an issue, though. To me,
No.
anyway. So
It is a little jumpy. That's all. It's a little jumpy. It's not a huge deal. It's not a big strike against the book. You know, there are plenty of books like that that hold up just fine.
I don't give a shit about the Catholic schoolgirls, but
Yeah,
whatever.
no. Yeah, I don't either. But for a book that just I just kind of picked up, not usually my genre of book either. I'm actually very interested in where it's going. I will be picking up the next issue just to take a look at it. I feel like this book probably did well because of the cover. That's why it sold so because it is a pretty cool cover. So that's my review of Death Head. It's definitely worth checking out if you're into that kind of
Yeah,
genre.
I actually just recommend that to another customer today.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you read it?
I read parts of it.
What'd you think of the parts you read?
I was lost.
You were lost?
Yeah.
Is it because it
Bounced so
bounced
much.
around? Yeah.
So yeah.
And the other part that does bother me, and again, this is just me. Oh, you're pregnant. That's no longer an issue. And like this girl just falls down stuff, climbs up fans, rock climbing. It's like, they just really don't want that kid. It's not a good way to start.
Or is it?
This is more of a cautionary tale of what not to do when you're pregnant.
I don't know. If you survive something like that, hey, just saying.
I'm really worried about the spawn of this guy, because this guy is clearly a moron.
Well, I mean, maybe. Well, there you go. Maybe that's what the whole deal is then.
It's a cautionary tale, like, hey, if you're dumb enough to do this, maybe
Please throw yourself down a pit or something.
maybe burn yourself alive.
Yeah,
Do us a favor.
you and your unborn child.
This is a very important book.
Yes. In the Church of one of Collectibles.
Yeah. That's what our church will have, like just a big crematorium at the bottom for
You're not saying anything
chuckleheads.
about abortion or anything like that. You're just
No.
saying potential things that you could do to help yourself.
They have simpler things, like staircases for that. Moving on.
That's why I said that. Comic book news.
Comic
Sure.
book news.
Okay, so I do have a couple things
With bullet points.
with bullet points. Yes. So at Dragon Con, Batgirl co-creator Brendan Fletcher teased that the Bat family will see a major status quo change in early 2006, which I'm assuming is in response to whatever was previously said about.
I'm gonna assume you meant 2016.
Yeah, did I say 6?
You did.
16. That's what I meant. The original issue before. Thank you, sir. The original issue before with Batgirl was what exactly? Lee, help me out on this. What was the deal that people were complaining about?
New costume?
It was beyond that. Besides the new costume,
Oh, there
she
was
was like.
the fact that she
She's
wasn't
a
there like
ditzy-
vampire stuff.
Yeah, I get.
Wait,
yeah.
Batgirl or Batwoman?
No, Batgirl.
Wasn't there?
No, Vampires was Batwoman.
Okay.
Batgirl. Like, what was the initial? Like, there was an initial complaint. Like maybe
Well,
like
didn't
about
they
a
change
week
up her
ago,
outfit?
something like that.
Maybe they did. Change
No,
her outfit.
what it was DC Dan Didio I think said we can't all Batgirl it,
Yes, that's what it was.
meaning that the upcoming books, their sales were not high
Mm-hmm.
enough, so by right they canceled them.
Yeah.
Or going to cancel them. And so everybody wants to, I guess, go away from the house style
Okay.
and try something new and different. However, if new and different isn't selling, well, then you can't do new and different.
Yeah.
Well, obviously. Well, so Brennan Fletcher's whole thing is that in 2016 it's going to be Barbara Gordon's 50th anniversary of Batgirl, and he's saying that the one thing, and he's saying, quote, "One thing I can let you know is that in 2016 there will be an amazing status quo change." I don't know what the hell that means, but it's something that is going to change the way the Bat world works. Seriously, I don't know what that means, but end quote. So
I think it's just being vague.
Yeah.
It's being vague. I mean, if anyone has any guesses, whatever, fantastic, but that's what it said.
Change.
So
Maybe she's black.
No, that's Marvel.
Good
I
point.
don't-
Good point. Good point.
Phil doesn't
Maybe
like that.
Barbara will go back to being crippled.
No,
She'll
that's,
go back to being. I mean,
Well, no,
I just
no,
loved.
but
I hadn't even thought. And crippled again.
No, but
that's not going to change the way the Bat world. I mean,
Yeah, it would, because there'd be a new Batgirl.
not really.
it's a status quo change.
Or
I don't
just
know what the
a
hell
Batgirl
that
It's
that
not a
means.
status quo change.
No.
That's
He's
pretty
saying no.
useless
He
unless it's
specifically
quo
said it's
changes.
status quo change. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Oh, maybe Batgirl becomes a dude.
First thing
He
said.
just said
Yeah,
that.
no, he did.
Bat
No,
boy.
Yeah, he did.
I yelled
You're
sex
totally
change
like,
No,
I don't know where you're at.
He,
said
didn't,
sex
he didn't
change.
say it. I said
You,
it.
He did,
you are
no,
the
he
supreme
did.
overlord. I apologize.
Bat lady boy.
Your word is law.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I
That's
don't know what
right.
that
You
means.
just administer my world.
Okay,
I
so
just
it's,
like
it's some kind of like
That's right.
bizarre teaser where it's like Barbara could become
An android.
an android, a crippled
Oh my
android.
God.
A
I was gonna
crippled
say giraffe.
transsexual
That's a lot
android.
better.
Oh God, this is getting good.
A fembot.
Can we make it black?
Wait,
Can we
I-
put a
Black
paint job?
crippled transsexual android.
She's
Fembot.
actually Kid Boo.
You know what it's just gonna be? It's gonna be BB-8 from fucking Star Wars. Come on.
I like her
Batman
to
got
be
money for the
IG-88.
bodies. I said it. Yeah, hit him though.
Maybe
He
she
was
just
thinking it.
dies.
He was thinking
A
it.
lot.
Maybe she just
Ooh,
dies.
like
Maybe
banana.
that's it.
I don't know what it is. I'm just look.
No,
it's
that
on the
would
news.
that would change the status quo.
I don't really think
Why not?
it fucking matters. It's
I really don't know.
Batgirl in the Bat universe.
Maybe she's gonna get ditzier.
No, she's pretty dizzy right now.
Yeah, I know.
That's your show up in porn.
Maybe she'll get
Shit.
married.
That's it.
Girl. Dun,
That girl down in the valley.
No, DC doesn't have the balls to marry to do like,
Same
Gay
sex
wedding.
marriage?
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Really?
Lee, how many times have they backed
They
out of
released the
same-sex
killing
marriages?
Who?
No, they
DC?
just kill them off.
Exactly, so they backed
Same-sex
out.
marriage?
In DC.
Well,
They
die.
save the person from
That would be
you know
status quo.
a horrible
Kinda.
fate.
Right.
So they kill their
Gay
lover.
marriage. Is that what they're getting? Is that what you're getting?
So-
A horrible
I was
fate.
just referring to marriage, but
Same.
okay.
Other
Sex marriage.
news. So Mark Millar is running a contest
Sorry.
with retailers by promising to send himself to any store in the world that orders the most copies of the upcoming Jupiter Circle trade paperback.
Order
However,
3. No, it's black.
this is not limited to in terms of money, but more in the realm of whoever fulfills the biggest order. And he's quoted as saying, "I'll have one day in whatever country I end up in, so smaller stores could maybe even pull a fast one and arrange 3 signings in a single day, clubbing together, doing one order." So that's the deal.
Oh, so I would need to get all of the local comic book shops to potentially order 5 copies. That's about what they'll order,
High five.
and we still won't qualify.
You know what? Whatever. Whoever orders, I don't.
Well, see, I don't know if that's really
What's
fair,
the
because, I
even
mean, you have, like, a store like Go Hastings,
Okay.
which is the largest comic book retailer.
Yeah.
Or even something along like
Midtown.
Newberry
Nobody is larger than Go Hastings.
Comics. Okay.
Nobody.
Okay.
And
Nobody
Newberry
beats
isn't,
the
I don't think, that
Wiz.
big.
Newberry's
Newberry's
like
big,
top
but they're
5.
Midtown Comics in New York.
Newberry's
Mid-
top 5.
No way.
No one likes my arcade
Really?
commercial
No way.
reference.
No, because
I'm
you have
sorry.
what? You have Mile High.
Mile High is
No
bigger
one
than
likes my
Newberry.
arcade commercial reference.
Yeah, I said
Also have
top 5.
Midtown.
Nobody beats
Midtown's
the
probably
Wiz.
bigger than them.
Nobody.
Well, Midtown's definitely bigger than
Nobody.
them. I'm still.
Things
like-
from Another World.
Commercials right now.
Entertainment Earth.
Yeah.
Entertainment Earth is not a comic shop.
Yeah, okay.
The golf course.
Things from Another World is huge.
No, I don't-
There's only about 10 like giant like corporate like comic book companies out there though.
The best
Like really, is there many more than about 10? They gotta
You know
be
what?
in the top half of that.
I was already ahead of you there.
Okay, but I might have a better connection.
You might.
So, speaking of
Probably.
connections, let's connect back to this news.
Yeah, right?
Sorry. Anyway, so this October, Marvel is celebrating the work of Jack Kirby with a series of 26 variant covers featuring some of the influential artist's monsters. Which, did we discuss this or no? I don't think we did.
no.
Did we?
Do what? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I don't think so.
There's a couple artists
Killing it.
that are going to be celebrating Jack Kirby's work by doing, I guess, Halloween-esque variant covers. The new batch of variants are going to include alternate monstrous covers for all new, all different Avengers number 0, Captain America White, Phil's favorite, all new Hawkeye number 1, and Miss Marvel number 19. The covers feature Devil Dinosaur, Genie Demon, Electro, and Wrecker's Robot by Cliff Chang. Actually, I didn't name many of the other artists, but sorry, but they're going to be available. You know.
Okay.
That's cool.
So, I found something that says, I think it's the top 10 biggest comic shops in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the site?
Is Marco
So we can-
proving Lee wrong?
Minityme.com.
Impossible.
That
He's
sounds-
supreme.
It doesn't matter,
Very
Phil.
official.
Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
It goes over by square footage of the store.
That doesn't make you fucking. I'm talking about corporation size and money, not how big your store is.
But I think
I could
it
buy a
specifically said
Walmart
it wasn't
for
about
comics.
money.
Heroes
Yeah.
aren't hard to find in Charlotte, North Carolina. Comic books aren't
This is
just...
gonna go nowhere.
I know.
I've never heard of. either
Okay,
of those.
Austin Books and Comics, opened in 1977.
They're actually one of the
Is
ones
one
I'm
of the
looking
Texas'
at.
biggest and longest running comic book stores.
Yeah, but grossing value. Did they?
Did you say Charlotte, North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of them.
Let's see. Baltimore, Atomic Books.
Atomic Books.
Another Charlotte. No, that never mind. That's-
Heroes aren't
Yeah,
hard to
Chicago, Quimby's Bookstore.
Quimby's Bookstore, yep.
Oh god.
Meltdown Comics. and-
Meltdown.
Sorry.
Now,
I
out
think
of
we're on the
curi-
same site.
Out of curiosity,
Crescent City.
Crescent City.
are these corporations or single stores? Because I'm talking places that have like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buildings. I'm not talking about like, oh, one famous comic book store. I'm talking about like what you do mass in volume. I'm not talking about like, oh, there's a really famous store from the 70s that's open. It's famous. I mean, that doesn't really
Was it famous?
achieve what we're talking about.
Well,
We were
then-
talking about overall order numbers of stuff.
Here.
That's what I meant, anyways, by corporation. I don't care if your store is popular.
But that's what it was. Where the whole thing was based off of like not monetarily. You know, it's like how big of a store you are. It's like the order, the number of
which
you
is
know, what you
bullshit because your
fill.
order is how many you're getting in, which is all to do with the money side of it.
In theoretically, yes, I
Yeah.
do get that, but hence why his quote was like, it's like,
You
look,
can get two
if
or
you're in the
three,
same,
four, 5 stores.
yeah, if you're like in the same area, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
But that's like I say, it's not about the money, but literally whoever spends the most money.
well,
It's
in,
like
in that case, it wouldn't be about the money because it's like if you kind of put that aside, and it's like you can go and band with like 3 or 4 or 5 places. You can be like, yeah, come on.
I get
You know what I
that,
mean?
but that's like it's still the same thing.
You know what's funny?
That's-
Google is dropping the ball. There's been a lot of things that I've Googled as of late that I cannot find the answers to, or nobody is actually taking the time to figure it out. Like, this was one of them. Like, it did have the biggest stores per square footage.
Yeah.
What, just
I'm
comic
guessing.
book stores or?
Well,
Yeah, but
biggest
see, they're
grossing.
not going to have that because at the end of the...
It's like that's
Oh,
kind
it
of
should have the biggest grossing.
well,
like,
honestly, isn't that kind of private? Some of those numbers.
no, because most of your
Yeah, no, they're going to be private because none of the companies
not
that
publicly
I know
traded.
are publicly traded.
Yeah.
So that's therefore private.
But then, like,
It's about
earlier
the
this
stuff.
week, I was also looking for movies that use the most slow motion, like, footage.
Maybe you
500
just-
mile per hour storm. It's a really shitty movie I watched on Netflix. If you take the slow motion of that, the movie's about 20 minutes long.
I challenged that.
Dread.
No, actually, I challenged that one too.
Marco.
It was a
versus
Resident Evil
Eric.
movie.
Which one?
Was it the last one? There was so much slow
I think
motion
was
in
the
it
last of
Yeah.
us.
that there was a part where the movie stopped, panned around, and then went back to slow motion until it came fast
Oh,
again.
my God.
Like, that movie, I think, had more... Because it came about because we were talking about Inception,
Yeah.
and I guess that had a lot of slow-mo.
this was the kind of movie that was so bad that like they didn't. The slow motion, I feel like, for this 500-mile-per-hour storm, which I know I talk about bad movies a lot here. I honestly don't recommend this movie at all.
So bad.
They must have shot it and thought they're like, oh, we're good running time, and then watched it and like, oh my god, we have 20 minutes of film, and then just like, okay, he's running through a warehouse, just slow it down. We'll make that take 3 minutes. And that's how this movie was essentially made. It's the only good part about this movie is the opening scene where the tornadoes strike, and right in the middle of a hot balloon.
Actually, yeah.
Hot balloon festival, hot air balloon festival. So you just see a bunch of tornadoes with a bunch of hot air balloons just whipping around with people flying out. It's an awesome opening scene.
I'll just fill it.
Sorry, I got to
like the rim. Oh, that's good.
You're cool like that.
That's fine.
Are we streaming online right now?
We are.
If someone's looking for it.
YouTube, go to One Up Collectibles. And if you're hearing that now,
Well, while you guys are talking about slow motion movies, I have one piece of news, and it was like kind of sort of like late whatever last week about I don't think we talked about this. The prediction that everyone had as far as Totally Awesome Hulk #1 is correct.
Yeah.
No shit.
So I'm not. I don't want to make like a big deal about that because it's.
Did
like,
anybody
whatever.
talk about last week about Shonen Jump going over to Comixology?
No. Really?
Hmm.
Word.
When someone's looking for this streaming, is it just
You
the
just
latest
go-
video?
You just
What
go to you just go to One Collectibles
.com.
page.
Yeah.
No, go to
One
YouTube.
Collectibles on YouTube. Go to that channel
I think you
page,
should say that into the camera.
and then literally it will be playing as.
What
soon
I
as
want
go
you to
the
do
page. Now,
is go
are they
to
going on the phone?
YouTube.com/OneUpCollectibles.
Quigley'sMustache.com.
Oh god, he's rubbing
I
it.
know.
You should
It's
totally
not a
do it.
cat. Stop
sick.
petting your mustache.
Next thing
Anyway.
you know, he's gonna go in the bathroom and come out with a Hitler mustache.
Do it, do it, do it.
I'm not there yet.
Hey, oh my
Anyways,
god, you are there. Please
How
don't
are you
do that.
not there?
Do what there?
No,
a Hitler
don't.
stick.
No.
Hey,
no.
that could be a great. I could
Hey there, what there, who there?
for the church.
church.
I could have myself a Charlie Chaplin mustache.
yeah,
Look,
slapstick comedy.
honestly, here's the worst thing. Over the weekend, obviously, I went to go see my friends. I was hanging out with college friends, whatever.
Gross.
Nikki, who you met, and
Meant?
yeah, Minch.
You meant to be
Minch?
I meant to meet her. Okay.
No. So Nikki, who you met her, and her son,
Right.
Slithers.
Franz.
This is news.
No, Franz is her husband.
Franz is her husband, right?
No.
Anyway, so Slithers
It's
was
news
sitting
to
in the
me.
high chair, and
That's
that's
an
what
awesome
that's what
name.
Nikki calls her son.
That's what I would call my kid.
Wait,
Hey,
are we still in the
Slither.
middle of news? Or can
we were talking about the stash thing, and someone made the
No,
comment
no,
where
so
it's
we can
like
dip out.
we might be able to. He was doing something where it's like he was getting all excited and whatever, and obviously someone was like, "Oh, so your kid's German? I see how that's going." I was like, "He is not doing that." And then one of my friends was like, "Come on, Slithers, come on, come on, Luke, keep doing it." And he was like, "I was like, stop it. That's fucked up. That is totally fucked up."
What?
So I
He was
just
pointing with a flat palm.
randomly thinking because you said the church
The
and you put
birds
the
are up
emphasis on it.
there.
I'd really like if we could treat it like the Ohio State University, which I fucking hate when people are like the church. Like that's us. We're the church.
We are that church.
Just to put ourselves away from the pack.
I guess we need cheerleaders now too.
God,
I mean,
I
I'm not
like
Instead
opposed to it.
of a choir.
I'm not opposed to that at all.
I thought you were just gonna put a couple poles in the church, but all right. Well, I got one more piece of comic book news we can
Right.
go over. The Punisher is black. Now let's just move on. Oh, you're staying? That piqued
How do you
your
feel
interest?
about this?
I don't know. Is it still Frank Castle? Because if it's Frank
I
Castle
don't
and he's
know, 'cause
black,
I'm still trying to find the.
I'm a little confused.
I haven't heard that.
I've seen
I
they
think it
show
was on
pictures of him
CBR
today.
or Bleeding Cool, one of the two. I don't remember.
Okay.
So I mean,
Hold on,
if it's
actually,
Frank
it might
Castle
actually
and he's
be-
black, Marvel, just give it up. Like make a universe,
Can we
I
just-
guess, or something.
Phil's just longing for the days when it's gonna
black
happen. People were sidekicks at best.
It's gonna happen to every character. This is what Marvel is just doing this
Do you
as a
think-
gimmick to sell books.
Do you-
And people don't. They're like,
Is this it?
"Oh, you're racist if you don't like it." It's like I'm not racist. I just don't get why all the characters have to be black now.
This
It
is
just
Phil's
doesn't make any
Holocaust.
sense.
Have you guys noticed that? Like this is it for him. The blackening of
Oh,
Marvel
my
comics
God.
is Phil's Holocaust. Like, why does it make you enjoy the character less? Like, it's fuck it.
It's not that
put it this way. I will probably pick it up and look at it when it's in the shop and determine whether or not I'm going to buy it.
I feel like you've already made the decision.
Captain America one was dumb because, in my opinion, he was still the fucking Falcon. He looked like the fucking Falcon. If they actually make this character someone who takes up the mantle and he has his own name, his own thing he does, all right, that's different. Miles Morales, for example, I like fucking like books with Miles Morales. I've looked at them; they're good, but he's got his own storyline. Well, I don't fucking buy any Spider-Man books. I'm not a Spider-Man buyer. But
is it because
I'm poor?
Oh,
I have to buy Zombie Tramp. That's my kind of book.
Well, here's the
TNA, yes.
I desperately want a cigarette, but there's no way I can pass this up.
This is like that spider crawling up the commercials.
I can't do it. So, even the new Captain America book, it is going to be
We're
called.
We're gonna break you of smoking. I'm just gonna keep talking about it.
It is called Sam Wilson Captain America. Like, they are making that distinction.
Okay, but like I said,
just for
we're gonna see where Punisher is.
They're just having a real hard time with this.
Like I said, if it's Frank Castle for some reason, I am gonna have a big problem with it. And I mean, and it's one of those things. Yes, you can. I'm not saying do not bring black characters into universe. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't replace. When you completely replace characters, you're just doing it to sell books to that audience.
So wait, you're trying to say
which audience?
You want Frank Castle to be black?
Huh?
So you're saying you want Frank Castle to be black?
Oh yeah, because that's exactly what I just said. Are you fucking listening?
Not really, no.
No, I don't want Frank Castle to be black. Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
No, not really. No, okay. I think I get what you're saying, but
I hate gimmicks in comics.
No, you're afraid of change.
No. Fuck change, man.
Well, that's
it's pure to me. It's pure fucking laziness to not be able to create a new character and just go, we're gonna do this to sell books for a short time until we actually bring back the way it used to be because we want to fucking sell books. All right, great. I get business standpoint. Okay, great. You're gonna fucking make your money. But fucking get a creative team together that's gonna actually make a brand new character like a Miles Morales and fucking do something good.
I can't even fight it anymore.
Like Miles Morales.
Actually, I know where I can find it.
Replacing Captain America with fucking Falcon and just we're gonna paint his suit, but he'll still be He'll be.
But
Falcon.
why not? Because that kind of makes sense. Like Captain America in the storyline had the serum. Well, it was rendered inactive. So Sam Wilson has been with Captain America for a long,
he's
regarded in the story.
The fact that they made the serum inactive was a gimmick to allow that to happen.
A gimmick or not, it's a storyline. It's a storyline. And here's the other thing. The Captain America book wasn't selling that well.
But the fact that they put him in the spot to me.
Him.
That guy.
That dirty, filthy guy.
I don't know his name because I don't read Falcon books.
Sam Wilson.
I wouldn't fucking bother reading a Falcon
It's Sam
book.
Wilson.
That's great. I like Captain America. I don't want Falcon.
And it's Steve Rogers.
If I wanted to buy a Falcon book, you know what I do? I buy Falcon.
So we're talking about the Punisher?
No, I'm arguing with no. Phil.
He says I'm arguing like, well, not really.
Phil, here's the thing. You're right. It was done to sell books because the Captain America book was not selling.
It was selling better than the Falcon book.
There was no Falcon book.
There was a Falcon book. We were
in the 90s. In the 90s. Yes, I guarantee you.
Okay, all right.
I guarantee you.
Fine.
So there was no Falcon book, and the other part of this is whether it was a gimmick to sell comics or not. It is a business. They have to boost the sales, and Captain America, the way it was going, was not selling. It just wasn't. So
I don't think it's selling too good right now either. To be honest with you.
Well, that's because there isn't a Captain America book right now.
It's called Captain America.
No, it's been put. They haven't had an issue since Secret Wars.
Well, no, I'm talking about when it happened. That's what I meant.
Okay, and here's the thing, and they knew when Secret Wars was coming, so this was never intended to be. It lasts 7 issues.
Yeah, but my point is, they're gonna bring fucking the old.
Fine.
They're gonna bring him back.
You're absolutely
so why
right.
would you take him away in the first place?
You're absolutely right, but you're acting as if this is the first time Steve Rogers has not been Captain America.
It's a large change in the status quo.
Right.
But all right, but the difference is I didn't read
but not in the
past
Bat
books.
family.
But okay. But that's the thing. Of course, you don't have a problem with it because you just said it, you didn't read it. But would you have been this like sand in your vagina, angry, if,
listen,
you know what I mean? Like when
the
that
amount
happened
of
the first
anger
8 times.
I have
Yeah.
is only looks magnified because this subject always comes up.
Yeah, because
But
I
it
always
always
like
comes
sound
up
like a
because
racist.
Marvel keeps doing it over and over again. And people are just like, "Oh, this is new
But do you
and
understand-
cool."
but do you understand
It's like,
that, of
no,
course,
they keep doing it every fucking month. It's a new character they're doing it.
Do you
to.
understand? Of course they have to do it to sell books. They're a fucking business.
Okay, well, here's an idea. Fucking just make a really good book. Stop using gimmicks to
Yeah.
sell.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah.
How's DC doing right now with all those new fancy books they just came out with?
It's
The
not the fancy
canceling?
books that are having problems. It's actually their DC line, their normal line. Vertigo is actually doing really well. Mark.
No, no,
Really?
no.
So
Yeah.
Like
so,
Dr.
so,
Fate.
so
It's
Prez
their
is
in-
doing good.
That's not
That's
Vertigo.
You're right. This is
Yeah,
DC.
he's
That's what
asking
I
about
just
DC.
fucking said, you dumbass. That's a whole bunch of new books they just came out
They're
with.
fancy books. They're Vertigo book ones.
Because
No.
we're
Oh my
men.
God.
If we're gonna make a good point, it has to
You
be
have to
really
shout.
fucking loud.
Yeah, it does.
Because Phil is dense.
Okay.
That's
Phil.
fine. But all right, did you buy the Captain America books?
Phil,
I
you're
did,
gonna
But I
drive me
never
to
liked
pizza.
Captain America to
I-
begin with.
I did.
Okay,
I
that's
bought them
fine.
all
Okay.
because
And
you know
in
what?
your opinion, honestly, in
It
your
was
opinion,
okay.
and it's fine.
It was okay.
Did you prefer the older Captain America books, or did you prefer the newer style Captain America books?
Personally, yeah, I prefer to the older ones, but
Alright,
not
that's fine.
because of the change.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Okay, that's fine.
The reason I bought these books is because it's about perspective. You can accept that they're going to do this, and no matter how much you complain, they're going to keep doing
Know
this.
your spider web.
It's going to keep happening.
I know it's going to keep
And
happening.
here's the thing: if you want to go to a gimmick,
Yeah.
then and you said you like Miles Morales,
Yeah. But
Guess-
he's his
hold-
own character in
Understood.
his own line.
but he's not.
It's
He's a
different.
Spider-Man. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's Spider-Man, so you know it's going to sell.
He is really
And they
But-
made him
trying
black,
to
which
get that slice
in
of
your
pizza.
argument's a gimmick.
Did he
Billy
take over
Joel,
Peter
slice.
Parker's role?
Oh, there's 2 slices.
No, but that's not what I'm asking.
But that's my problem.
Monica, do I make sense with this?
No,
Am I
but
making sense?
that's-
That's the same thing.
I,
that
Phil,
I,
you're talking
no,
get,
it's a
I
figure
get what
out.
you,
You're
I
supposed
do
to
get your
have
point. All I'm saying is my whole thing is when they
Okay.
eliminate a character from the storyline,
But they didn't.
that
Steve Rogers is still in the storyline.
Lee, go eat pizza.
he's an old man that sits around
I'm
and then
good.
he has
Thank
a
you.
conversation every like 2 or
Did you
3
eat a
books
lot?
that come out.
But
I
the
had 2
next
slices.
book coming out is the Sam Wilson Captain America. If you read the slices, it's centered on that relationship falling apart. That's going to be the main story arc,
It's fine.
which is, if I think, could be very interesting.
Okay.
So you can either look at it like I hate this because it's it's not the one I like or whatever, which I get. I'm subject to that too.
Yeah.
Or this shit, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. At least
Oh,
look at it and give it a shot because it's a new storyline, it's a new perspective, and it could be really good. It could be.
I've reviewed the other Captain America books mostly
Yeah.
because they thought it'd be funny
Yeah.
for me to review it because I didn't.
I
like
bet you
the
they were
opinion.
right.
It was pretty good, probably, but I don't know. Like I said, I hope this. Getting back on what we were talking about, the Punisher.
All right.
I just hope
before
it's a
you-
different character.
Before you get into it,
and
Phil,
it doesn't.
hold on.
What do you mean? I'm fucking
I-
ending it.
I
I'm
have
not
a-
getting into it.
I'm going to
This
read
is over,
something.
Marco.
It's not over.
It will
If
be
you-
over
It'll
once
be
you
over
read
once
it.
I say this. If you'd shut the fuck up.
You the fucking one that brought this shit up
Actually,
again.
I don't think
Go
I
eat
did.
pizza. Do it.
So
I brought Punisher.
this
that's it.
Black Punisher
Yeah.
is going to be part of the Contest of
So-
Champions,
Punisher.
Okay.
which is an
According to
in-continuity ongoing series.
Mm-hmm.
Now, basically, what this is they're going to have a bunch of people come together and fight.
Is this
lots
based off
of-
the video game?
Based off the fighting video game,
Yeah.
not that other one that I was playing the other week.
Yeah.
But it says locked in combat with friends, foes, everything in between. Even those long dead are not immune to the contest, as heroes and villains from various universes are mysteriously transported to Battle Realm. The war is about to begin. To the winners goes the ultimate prize, their continued existence. The same cannot be said for the losers, who will survive. The Contest of Champions, find out this October. So
That's actually
basically,
Well, that's cool. Sam.
Black Punisher is
Different universe.
a different universe.
That's cool.
Just
then.
kind of
That's-
sucked into
That's
this
what I'm
whole
saying.
realm.
That's I
Yeah.
just didn't know the context of it. That's actually kind of a cool concept. I
So you
actually
got all
might buy
pissy.
that book.
We're not
So you
there.
got all
Holy
pissy.
shit! I didn't get pissy. We just got into a rant about
All right,
Captain
all
Falcon.
right, all
I
right.
hate
We're
Falcon.
both
Cap-
right.
Captain
I'm just a
America.
little bit
I hate
more right.
Falcon.
All
Captain
right, we know
America.
this.
Falcon doesn't exist right now.
You're right, but it's still Falcon.
Captain America.
His Falcon got shot.
Movies. I didn't watch
Okay.
anything.
Well, I have one other piece of comic book news for Deadpool fans.
Okay.
So not movies.
Lay it on us, man.
No, not movies. Marvel announced that they will be doing an ongoing series with a Spider-Man Deadpool team up with Joe Kelly writing.
I know.
Is it old?
Yes.
Ah, fuck
I didn't know
me.
about Joe Kelly.
No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Fuck this.
He's going home.
That was announced, I think, like a month ago.
Hey, Marco, I'm
Yeah.
already walking out the door.
He's flipping.
Okay.
He's
I'm just
flipping
making
him
sure.
off as he walks away.
I'm gonna have a very loud argument with you about this when I get back.
Okay, you do that.
Movies.
Yes, movies.
I didn't watch anything.
You know what?
Why did we
Actually,
not go to
never
video
was it.
games after?
I don't
Oh.
know video games.
All right, do we want to go to video games real quick
I
before we
don't.
go?
It don't matter. Whatever you got.
Let's go to video games real quick.
I don't really
What
have
what
much.
video game news do you have, Phil?
PlayStation celebrated today
Yesterday.
20 years. Is it?
Yeah.
I thought they posted the
sale
video
was
today.
Up, I don't know. The sale
Alright,
was
well-
up like yesterday or the day before.
Well, okay. Well, 20 years PlayStation's been around, so
So they're having sales.
Yay.
go PlayStation flag.
I don't have much for that. Sorry.
And any other news? Nothing. Something.
I felt like there was something else. I'm
The
completely just
Destiny
forgetting.
patch.
Destiny patch. Thank you, Jen. See,
You're
how do you
welcome.
know when I fucking was playing it last
Because
night?
because I remember.
You do. You do a lot. So yeah, Destiny patch 2.0 came out. 17 gigs. It's practically a brand new fucking game, and it's awesome. You don't need to buy the DLC to get the new patch, which is kind of cool. It changes a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that's locked and people didn't know how to get. You can actually go up to some of the machines in like the... It's called the tower. It's pretty much where you go to do all your trading when you get weapons or to break stuff down, trade it in, buy new shit. And it basically will give you like a detailed mapping or diagram as far as how to go about getting whatever you want.
Okay.
So like it's like, okay, well you have to do these quests here and then go over here and then it'll unlock for you. Stuff like that, because it was all kind of a mystery, because that was a good idea on their part originally. But the new voice actor for Peter Dinklage, Nolan North, is pretty damn good. So a lot of people were worried about that because they liked Peter Dinklage, but
And what else has Nolan
Worked out.
North been in?
Nolan North has done all the Uncharted games. He's the Nathan Drake voice actor, and he's done pretty much any popular video game that's ever been out.
Yes, he has.
Him and Troy Baker. They're just like, they tag team the market.
Nolan North has also done Deadpool.
Yes, he
Yes, he
has.
has.
Yep. So yeah, I mean it looks great. The menus look great. Everything they basically redid with the patch looks amazing. And if you haven't tried it yet, definitely give it a shot.
I believe Troy Baker actually does the voice of too. Really, we were just talking about that, even though we're talking about Nolan North. He does
Troy Baker.
yeah, Troy Baker does
Well, he did
was-
Joel in The
he
Last
did, he
of
did
Us.
Joel in The Last of Us, and
He
also
just
too,
did
he
the
was,
voice
Joker.
of Solid Snake in Metal Gear.
He
the
did,
new
and
one.
also too, I believe he was Snow in Final Fantasy 13. He was also Chris Redfield in
Yep.
Resident Evil 5.
The new BioShock that came
Okay.
out. He was the main guy, Troy Baker, and his many acting gigs in video games.
If you like Dodge Rams, he's also the voice of
Yep.
that too.
it's
Batman, he
funny.
did the Joker, obviously.
Batman game.
But
Yeah.
Batman game and in 2 of the animated movies.
Oh, really?
So he does a lot because I think it was down to him. It was either going to be him or Hamill, who was going to do the voice for the Killing Joke movie.
It's Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, I know.
Hamill's
Which I would
gonna do
prefer.
that. Oh, you mean it was between those two?
Yeah, it was between
Oh,
Troy
okay,
Baker
alright.
and Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I
So-
prefer Mark Hamill, but it wouldn't
Well,
have been
yeah,
a complete disaster. with
everybody.
Troy Baker. It would still been great.
Yeah. So yeah,
Video game news?
I think that's all I have. Did anyone play anything?
Yep.
Fight Night Champions.
I did the Batman 1989 challenge.
Your girlfriend also did
What-
pretty
what
well
is-
in that,
what is that?
Azrael challenge too that you posted to YouTube.
AR challenge. Yes. hmm
What
She
are
did.
those?
Go ahead. Pat her on the back for that one.
You can download the Batman 1989 skin
Okay.
for Batman Arkham Knight, and you can race in the
Batmobile?
Batmobile.
Yeah, it
Old
actually
Batmobile.
is pretty cool.
It's actually it's really fun.
No, it is.
It's a fun download, so you're not beating anybody up or anything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
all you have
You're
4
just
races.
repetitively, like watching your boyfriend just like keep doing it over and over again until like he gets that fucking score, and then he goes back to his house and he's like, "I did this. I'm cool. I abused your PlayStation. Couldn't do it there."
You say that as if like Like that's ironic and he's not cool, but it is pretty.
Oh, it is pretty
That's what he
cool
does,
though.
man.
Pretty cool.
But I didn't see him do it, so it's like, did he cheat? Maybe.
Oh, so
You know
we
what I
don't.
mean?
Okay.
Unlike when he was doing the Azrael thing, where he was just like, "Oh, I did this. Would you like to try?" He hands me my own PlayStation controller, and I'm just like,
Okay,
Is that how you play
that
video
was
games?
such a fucking lie.
No, I
Because
did it-
it
no,
took
because-
quite a bit before the.
"No,
part.
no," because
It usually does take
no,
a bit before the.
No, that was actually no. The reason it is a lie is
Sure,
because
yeah.
I did it before, and I was like, whatever. But because I already did it
Which
before,
nobody saw.
except for you,
Nobody saw the-
and you know
I didn't
that.
see it.
No, you were there when I got the score. That you were just like, watch this video that I just posted to YouTube, and it's like, that's my fucking score, douchebag,
Sorry,
not yours.
I gotta go with the Supreme Overlord on this.
Fuck you and your church.
It's the role. It's the role I play. Hey, if you get the little Charlie Chaplin mustache, can I just do like the little line down?
You're gonna do
there?
the.
So
You're
you
gonna
can
do
like
the straight line soul pack.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Guys are
Are you
sick.
fucking insane?
Huh?
Is that so when you lock lips it makes a line?
Perpendicular, emphasis on the dick.
So anyway,
You two rascals.
I prefer the term rapscallion, but whatever.
You're gonna be the first ones to go to hell in our church.
meh.
Bring it.
I've got no movie news, and believe it or not, I've got.
I do have
Well,
movie news, but go ahead with your movies.
I actually didn't. I'm not even going to go to movies because I played the Mad Max game, or I bought the Mad Max
how
game.
was
you,
that?
you were telling me.
It's pretty good. It
Okay.
plays relatively similar to Batman. The fighting mechanics are
Lee's
very
eyes
similar.
just went. He was like,
I need this then. What's going on?
But it's a lot of you're upgrading your car, but then once you're out of your car fighting, it has, like I said, the fighting mechanics are very similar to Batman.
Well, if it's
Okay.
not broke, don't fix it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't surprise me when I got into the first fight, and I'm like, oh, this is made by WB Games.
Sure.
So, all in all, that was pretty good, and I did beat Until Dawn for the first time. Cool ending.
Okay.
Only 2 people survived.
I'm shocked.
I really wanted to shoot the one chick in the head at one point. There's a point where
We've all been there, man.
Me too.
she needed to be shot. And my fiance's like, don't do it. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
speaking of.
I know
Until
this girl
Dawn,
Liz that I feel that way about all the time, and I'm not saying that right now because I know she's watching.
I wouldn't know her last name. After the podcast.
Yeah, we'll get her.
Speaking of Until Dawn, though,
I'm waiting for my phone
YouTube
to vibrate
released
now.
their numbers for their video game channels, and they said that Until Dawn was the only game that topped Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare 3 beta videos that were up for most watched video game on YouTube. So,
Which I did say is not really a surprise because it truly is like watching a movie.
but when you think about it, Call of Duty was absolutely free for everybody. So everybody had it who could make videos. So a shit ton of videos came out, and usually, for some reason, Call of Duty is
Yes,
always
but
one of those
would
games
you
that
rather
people
watch-
But you don't understand that.
Snipe this guy.
You
Oh,
don't.
I got him.
To be fair, you're not the market that usually watches. Lots of people watch Call of Duty videos because, for whatever
Call of
reason,
Duty.
they find that fun. Me, I don't even watch them, and I watch video game. People play video games.
So Phil's saying he's a douche, but he's not an ultra douche.
super douche. But I do play Call of Duty every once in a while, so I guess I am kind of a douche. But
Kinda.
So you are a super douche, but not an ultra douche.
I've got good and bad news. That's not what makes you kind of a douche. And I don't know if you've ever gotten good
Many
news and bad
parts.
news in the same sentence.
many parts of me make me a giant douche. But at least I'm not a turd
So anyway,
sandwich.
on to movies.
Anybody?
What'd
Anybody?
you watch?
No one watches
What'd
South
you
Park?
watch?
What did I say I watched last week? Because I don't even remember.
I remember what it was.
Did I watch
but-
Southpaw?
No, it wasn't
No,
Southpaw.
no.
Which was a very good movie, by the way.
You watched
Was
the
it? I really
movie
wanted
with
to.
Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Selfless.
Yeah.
And then I
Yes.
went to try to find said movie with Ryan Reynolds in the same location.
The same location? What?
And I'm thinking maybe you and I have 2 different popcorn times.
Yeah, well, we've been through that already, right?
Yeah.
His phone has an older version, I think, of Popcorn Time.
It doesn't really matter as far as
Like, I typed in the search for Ryan Reynolds, and it gave me all the movies he was in that they had.
Like, there's Southpaw.
I didn't check it this week, but yeah.
Maybe they took it down too.
No, Selfless is there. They don't take anything down on this.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's there. But anyways, I also watched the live-action Attack on Titan movie.
How was that? I'm actually really interested in that.
It's probably one of those ones. If you haven't followed this, did you follow the series?
I
at
did
all?
not,
Okay.
but it was enjoyable. I did start watching the series after I watched the movie.
It's one I'm actually
And
not
to
a
be
big-
honest, I kind of like the movie a little bit more than the series right now, just because the series is, and it's anime, so I get it, but it's so drawn out. Like, the movie is more,
That's anime.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah.
definitely anime.
whereas, yeah, the anime is like,
Ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
I have 26
Uh,
episodes.
well,
Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
fight!
no.
We're really gonna fight!
Right?
Let me power up for this fight!
The,
The end of the thing. Who's gonna win this fight?
the 7
Tune in
minute,
next week where 3 punches
Not
will
the
be
viewer.
thrown.
I don't give a shit what y'all say. I love fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I love it too.
Y'all? Did you,
Y'all.
Did you just call me y'all?
I told you, I'm
Good news,
practicing.
Marco.
I
My
bought-
friend Liz
I do
agrees.
say,
Selfless
I
was
do
I bought,
very
say.
good.
I bought the set
It
of
was a
pop
good
punk.
movie.
Yeah,
I
I
love
should have
that.
invited her to watch this because
Go eat
now I'm
pizza.
just getting live commentary on
Sorry.
my phone.
Like I said,
It's great. Thanks,
so
Liz.
Southpaw was really good.
Did you see that?
The Attack on Titan was pretty good. I did
You
go
drank a
to
whole
the
bottle.
theater to see Sinister 2.
I'm good.
Ooh, how was that?
It was
That's a good start.
no, well,
Let me
So,
tell you.
the movie itself was okay.
The people
Okay.
there.
The people.
which theater did you go to?
I went downtown because I had a free movie.
IMAX?
Yes, but not to the.
The IMAX.
IMAX theater.
The
I went to one of-
normal
But I had these two fucking assholes at the top screaming, not talking, screaming in a foreign
Marco said
language.
screaming. Oh, what
Through
foreign
the-
language was it?
Hispanic.
I didn't know
That's not
Hispanic
right.
is a language.
It's not Marco.
No.
Bad,
He was-
bad
he
case
was-
of judgment.
He was
Well,
so
Spanish.
convinced
well,
they'd be black.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. It could have been any kind of
It was Latino.
some kind of like variety of
Anyways,
Spanish.
they were screaming through the entire fucking movie.
Did you just
And
get up and say, shut the fuck up?
They wouldn't have understood.
yeah, no.
Oh, they would have
It's the
understood.
reason I
Oh,
don't
my
own a
goodness.
gun, because I would have shot his bitch and I would have shot him.
Oh.
Seriously,
Why
what
did
would
you
what
start
would
with
have
her?
stopped with the Caliente?
Because she
Bandejo
was the one
thing?
yelling.
I would have shot.
I said
that
I would have shot
shit.
his bitch.
Oh, okay.
What were they yelling in Spanish? you
Yes.
said? Okay, so what? They weren't even adding anything.
No.
Well, they may have been to the Spanish.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So the only thing I could say is at least I didn't pay for the fucking movie, because I'd probably be even more pissed. Okay, so other than that, I did see another movie. What the fuck did I see? Oh, wow, The Transporter Refueled.
Oh my.
Okay.
And
It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Yeah, look terrible.
I do enjoy, and I can't remember his name right
Jason
now.
Statham.
Jason Statham much more.
Yeah.
I
It
do
is
too.
the same character because
Okay.
they do call him Frank in the movie.
Okay.
I feel like if they wanted to have a different actor, either make him someone else or have a way of passing it down.
Okay.
I like they went the James Bond route though, and I think that sometimes we always get tired of reboots, and they do that whenever they get a new actor. Sometimes it's all right to just be like, hey, you know what, just don't fucking question it. All right, we're gonna go with the story. You're in a transporter movie. Suspend the disbelief just a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck it, who cares?
But all in all, it wasn't bad.
It's worth seeing because
Worth
that's
seeing.
one. That actually is one I want to check out because I really do like the Jason Statham transporter, even though
But
it's like
I
one
don't
of my
think
guilty
it would
pleasure
be the
movies.
same though.
Probably matinee would probably be best bet.
Yeah,
Like a Rent.
Have you ever
A
seen-
Rent, not like.
Rent or a matinee.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Jason Statham when he's not doing like an action role where he's not like
He's all cut
like Snatch or
Yes, like
a Revolver?
Yeah.
Or the Italian Job, yeah.
Yeah. The Italian Job. Oh yeah, he is in the Italian Job. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
But
Did you ever see Revolver?
Yeah, but I would
I
think
don't
that
think so.
Snatch would kind of be like different than like the Italian Job, though.
I think it's different.
I think, but that's what I'm saying though. I think those two things would be different. Where it's like I would think that like maybe the Italian Job would be more along the lines of a little bit less like with the transport,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Snatch would be like something that's like
That's a
you know,
little bit
the-
different for him.
Yeah.
I think it's his best movie.
What, Snatch?
Yeah, that's my favorite movie. I love that movie.
I
Have you ever seen In the Name of the King?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't one of his good movies.
What's the and
Revolver
this could
has
be
a
the one you just
scene-
mentioned. What
The movie itself is
What
kind
about
of a
Crank?
mess. Crank was
What's the one
fucking
you talked about?
phenomenal.
The one where he moves somewhere and there's the little girl he's with, and the guy.
That's
is that,
Pee-wee's
hold on,
Playhouse?
hold on. I got this. No, it's not Pee Wee's Playhouse. It's
the guy, they,
Jerry's
go up to the
Playhouse?
gas, they go to the gas station.
it's the Professional.
The Professional. I
No,
guess
that's not.
it.
But that's not.
Yes, it
That's
is the
not Jason
Professional.
But that's not
Yes, it
Jason
is.
Statham.
With
Well,
little Natalie Portman, right?
No, that's
Oh.
Jean
Are you
Reno.
sure?
Yeah,
Are you
no.
sure, Phil?
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
Jean Reno.
I know.
This
who
is the
fuck
one
it
where
was.
he moves. He moves to a.
You fuckers actually ruined it because he was gonna be like, yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
She had the best tights in
Like-
that movie.
like the
they
time we
were
thought
they were
Ted
Roy
Bundy was on Married
Lichtenstein
with Children.
comic strip tights in
This
that
is-
movie. Did you know that?
He moves somewhere
What?
with his
What was
daughter.
Natalie Portman, when the very first time you see her in The Professional, she has tights on, and they are tights that are just Roy Lichtenstein prints of, like, you know, his famous, you know, like, comic artwork.
I did
and,
not know that.
And she's hanging over the railing,
All
smoking
right.
her
So
cigarette.
movie trivia.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Marco.
What was Jason Statham's first movie?
Was it?
Can I have a
Lock,
hint?
Stock,
Can I have
and
a
Two
hint?
Smoking Barrels?
No.
It was just
It
good.
was an action movie.
Can I have a hint? Can I have a hint?
I believe this is his first movie.
Saving Private Ryan.
Can I have a hint? Can I have a hint?
Jean-Claude Van. No, wait. I'm sorry. Not Jean-Claude Van
Street
Damme.
Fighter.
Actually, Jet Li.
Not Street Fighter.
Oh, he was, it was a Jet Li movie, so obviously, we need to have some kind of, like, crazy English crossover here. So there wasn't Time Cop?
Time Cop's from Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
You poisoned my mind.
Voice in my mind.
I
Who
believe
said
the
that?
movie's
Hold
called The One.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was in the
that-
one.
He was
Yeah, but
in
the
I
that.
one,
believe that was
one
his-
is kind of like the same concept as, like,
Is
Time
that
Cop,
his-
isn't it?
Is it his
Not.
first major
I
promotion?
believe
If you
it
IMDb
is.
this, or are you just going off the top of your head?
I'm going off the top of my head.
Because
but I'm
the
pretty
one,
sure
it
that's it.
features,
That's the first movie
but
I
but
ever
the
moved.
one, it kind of features like a time hopping thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes, no?
Kinda,
Kinda.
sorta. It has Jet Li going and killing all of his other selves to become the strongest.
Parallel universe,
Person.
time hop, shit, whatever. I'm
Really
right
not
on
Time
that.
Cop, but
Fucking
sure.
Margot.
Well, fun trivia fact: Johnny Depp's first movie was Saving Private Ryan.
What? Johnny Depp?
No, it wasn't.
Or
it was
is it
actually
Apocalypse?
Crybaby.
No,
I just
no,
want to
no,
point
no,
that
no,
out.
no.
Actually, you're both
Actually,
wrong. It was Friday.
um,
There was Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, that's right,
His
sorry.
first credited movie is Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Really? Oh, there you go.
Boom!
Which came
Right.
out in
Drop the
19...
phone.
Was that an
1993.
American? Was that an
No,
American
it's British.
release? It's
No.
Walk
British.
it out now.
All
Walk
right.
it out.
That is
Do it in front
one
of
of
the
Guy
camera,
Ritchie's
they can't
first
see
direct
you.
His second
So they
movie
can-
was Snatch
So,
in 2000. And then it was Turn It Up in 2000. Then he played in Ghost of Mars
oh, I forgot about Ghost of
in
Mars.
2001. Then right after that, he
Is
played
The
in
One.
The One.
Yep.
So technically, his first American.
Would be Ghost of Mars
Ghost of
or
Mars.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I'm not sure if that was
remember
American.
him in Ghost of Mars like at all.
Oh, how can you not remember him? He was actually a pretty big character.
Do you know who else
I
is
think
in
he had
Lock, Stock,
hair.
and Two Smoking Barrels?
What?
Sting. The musician, he's in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Who does he play?
No, not the wrestler.
Carried around
That's
a
why I
baseball
said the
bat.
musician.
I know.
He's a.
He also
only
did
has-
Red
he's only in
Faction
for, like-
2.
He did what?
Red Faction 2.
Yep.
He was the voice.
He's one of the bartenders in the scene who tells the main character that his dad is very upset with him. Sting is in that movie. It's a great fucking movie.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a second.
Okay.
He's in the Mechanic Resurrection?
Yeah.
I think he first appeared in A Nightmare on Elm Street. However, I don't think that. I think it was more like credited as kind of like he was in the movie, but
He was in the movie a
yes,
lot.
Who are we
yes,
talking
yes,
about?
but I
Johnny
think,
Depp.
I
Yeah, he
think
was
if you
definitely
talk
in that
about
movie.
starring roles.
He was the
21
boyfriend.
Jump
Like
Street.
that was one of the
Yeah.
major.
No, that's a television show.
Guys, I got a text message. I'm pretty popular.
Starring roles, I think
Uh-huh.
you have a couple different camps where it's like they will either say Crybaby or that. He's in A Nightmare on Elm Street. I agree with that 100% because yes, but starring roles.
All right, but you don't consider that a starring role? Like
He was boyfriend, yeah, absolutely.
he was the boyfriend. Like he probably got like third billing. It was probably
Actually-
Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp, and then Johnny Depp.
Yeah, and that was 1984.
Oh shit, we're doing previews tomorrow? What the fuck? Anyway.
What the fuck
movies.
is Phil doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
We're losing a viewer. She's a big wuss and she's going to sleep, but she has work tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow too.
Yeah, like heroes like us
Yes.
are here.
I have work tomorrow as well.
I'm not eating pizza and I'm just drinking the wine. Movie news?
Sure, go
Okay.
for it.
So, yes.
Fuck it.
I think I saw it. That's
Okay.
all I saw.
What?
I think that's all I saw.
I'm trying to remember what I watched this week. Nothing new. I think I just retried some old movies.
I could have watched some really old movies, but I didn't.
Well, I did watch Quigley Down Under.
Did you?
I did.
Does it hold up?
It does.
Of course it does.
Have you ever seen it?
No, I don't care.
All right then.
Let's
Shut
talk
up.
about things that don't hold
it's
up.
actually really good.
On to
You know how
news.
the Christian church has its
Movie
Bible?
news.
Yes.
Wiggly down.
You know, I have this wonderful thing over here that has mute button.
If you do
Movie
not
news.
operate it.
I totally do. There's little buttons, and
You're probably
this is you.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? Fucking
Because
A
Mark's a
goes
fucking
right
genius.
fucking here.
Because he's
So-
got eyeballs.
Speaking to last week's comments from Steven Spielberg
He
about superhero movies going the way of westerns.
Yeah, we had a short conversation about that.
Mildly. Batman vs. Superman director Zack Snyder said that,
It's
to
actually
me,
Zack Snyder.
whatever. I was saying Schneider,
No, this is fucking
you
with you.
know, like mein Führer over there.
No, it's Supreme Overlord.
Supreme Overlord, mein Führer, you know.
This is what it feels
What's
like
the
when I
difference?
review a book, by the way.
He said that, to me, the one thing I love working in the DC universe is that Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman are American mythology, which he's kind of sort of wrong about the Wonder Woman thing. It's not about making a superhero, it's a mythological universe that we live in that I hope that stands the test of time. They stood the test of time. That's hopefully sort of the magic bullet. So he agrees, but he kind of hopes that his way is different with the characters that he works with. So, meh, whatever.
American mythology, huh?
I
Yep.
think the DC movies are gonna blow.
Yeah, I think they're still gonna make a shit
I
ton of
don't
money.
want them to. I want them to be good.
I actually don't want them to blow too.
I
but
don't want them to, but I'm just saying, I think they're going to.
Look, it happens.
Did you like The Last Man of Steel?
It was okay.
It was dark and gritty.
I thought it was pretty good. I think I liked it a lot.
It was okay.
I think I'm gonna enjoy this next one pretty much too.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah.
Ben Affleck. Batman.
I really
Don't
don't
have a problem.
with it.
I don't either.
You bought me a sticker, didn't you?
I did buy you a sticker,
I have it on
Phil.
my computer.
Wait, what?
Bought me
This
a
is
sticker.
adorable.
It was a sticker that said Batfleck.
Just wait, he's
As
gonna
I
buy me a
heard.
back piece.
Pardon.
Speaking,
Thank God you covered that up with a piece of
Yes.
paper. Or else that would have been disgusting.
Fuck it, we'll do it live,
And,
Jennifer.
since you brought
I'll
up,
write it and we'll do it live. Fucking
since you brought up
thing
Zack
sucks.
Snyder and all that,
It's actually Zack Snyder.
Schneider?
really, Zack Snyder?
Yeah, it's
Really?
Zack Snyder.
Really? Okay, cool.
Isn't it Zachariah?
I don't fucking know.
There's rumors now going around that the Warner Brothers people want more Batman in the Batman versus Superman movie.
You know
So they
why?
want to take away from, because supposedly he is so good as Batman that they want more Batman.
Oh.
That is what they said.
Or they just know Batman's going to sell.
That is. Not,
I'm just being honest. That's my honest reason.
all right, Lee. Detach your lips from Batman's
No,
cock.
he's right. He's right.
The look he gave you was
the
like,
look of
I
love.
will smite you down.
No, it's actually I will smote you. That is the correct.
Nah, he was gonna smite. This is his
It's actually
church.
sex.
He'll do what he wants.
Stop last one.
Anyway.
So, anyways, that is a new rumor that
Friggity
they
wiggity
want to
rare.
cut out more of Henry Cavill as Superman to give more screen time to him as Batman.
Batman sells.
What's the name of the movie again?
Batman versus Superman.
Shitty movie that.
No,
people
seriously,
aren't
what
gonna-
is the name of the movie?
Batman
again?
versus Superman.
Dawn of
But
Justice.
originally,
Batman
this was
über
supposed to
alles.
be
Dawn
a
of
Man of
Justice.
Steel
What?
2
Batman
movie.
über alles.
Mm-hmm. But then they changed that.
Yes.
Batman über alles. Auf Deutsch, that means Batman above all else.
Yeah, I don't speak
How do you
Nazi.
know that? Is this what he mumbles to you?
He doesn't
Swear.
speak German.
I don't want to know what you whisper in his ear when you're having sex. I'm alright.
I would, but he doesn't respond to anything. No. Yeah,
Maybe
but
you're
what
not
know
if-
saying
what?
Batman enough,
Try-
Jennifer.
Try it. I bet you he responds.
What if I just said Batman?
Call
Yeah,
him
there
call
you
him Batman.
Yeah, Batman Morales. Yeah.
So, any more movie news?
One last piece. So, Ronda Rousey is going to be channeling her inner Patrick Swayze in a reimagined Roadhouse role.
This is gonna be so bad.
So, she is going to be taking on Patrick Swayze's character
Wait,
as the...
that can't be
That
hard.
would have been a much better movie. Ronda Rousey just taking on Patrick Swayze.
No,
Round one.
Well, unfortunately,
ding.
Patrick Swayze is...
No, we talked about this earlier.
you know,
This
dead
weekend
of
at Bernie's
pancreatic
this
cancer.
shit. Just
Oh my god, no. Christ, no. No. But anyway, so
ropes and pulleys.
she actually went and contacted Swayze's widow, Lisa Niemi, for her blessing to go and play the, tough as nails bouncer who cleans up the shithole bars
That's at
in
least
Missouri.
respectful.
I mean, I think that's respectful, yeah, but like still, it's just like, again, why? I don't get it, whatever.
the movie's perfect the way it is.
So it's like, what year is this? I mean, like, whatever. It's going to start filming probably next year, so 2016. When will it be released? Maybe next year, maybe the year afterwards. And we're taking a movie from 1989.
Are you saying this because she's a female in that role? Huh?
What?
Who, me?
The movie was perfect the way it was.
No,
Wait,
I'm saying
are
because
you
that
looking
movie
at
was
Very
Eric?
perfect the way it
hypocritical when
was.
I don't like comic books for certain. No.
Phil, I
No,
want
the
you to
movie's
look at
perfect.
me, and then I can say how I always say,
Yeah.
I will electronically hate fuck the Mary Sue. That's my opinion. So, seriously, whatever.
Roadhouse was already a perfect film with roundhouses and throat ripping and a lot of, and I pointed this out before, watch that movie again, no one wears underwear in that movie. There's a lot of people hooking up and they just pull their pants up and walk out. No underwear in that movie.
Yeah.
In that town, for whatever reason, Haynes, just like the shipment was shorted, everyone's like, fuck it, we're just freeballing in this town. I don't know why I picked up on that, but it's something I
It's
noticed.
an important fact of that movie.
It is. It really brings the whole story together. I mean, it doesn't, but...
I just, going through all my movie news, I just thought that was like the most bizarre thing.
Yeah,
like,
she can't act.
No, she can't.
No, she can fight.
Well, hopefully that's all she's doing in
Right.
the movie.
The more she fights in this movie, the less that she tries to
Maybe
act.
in this movie, her character got her jaw broken. She can't even talk.
it's wired shut.
Yeah.
You know what's messed up? I think that would just make Ronda Rousey more badass.
Yeah.
She just glare at people. That's all.
What, she
The
was
way,
like- she
her
was like,
only
"Fuck
way of
you?"
communicating is just glaring you down. Like, that's the only way she'd be more mad.
This
Maybe
is
it'll be
our
like
new
Family
bouncer
Guy.
here.
Right.
Maybe it'll be like Family Guy. The only words that come out of her mouth are just Roadhouse.
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 That
Punch,
was
punch.
that was it for movie news for me.
Are you excited about that? For a strong female protagonist as a woman.
I'm
She's got The Last of Us for that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a time and a place for a strong female protagonist, and it's not in my movies. It's in my bed.
No?
Yep.
No, you don't want any movies with a strong female protagonist? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot here. You're just speaking for all women on this show.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not. Seriously, some people are just like, I need that in my life, and it's like chicks that burn bras and whatever, and it's like, look, you do whatever you want to do.
I never got that. Why the bra burning?
No,
No,
don't
no,
put
I
it
didn't-
down, man.
Oh, because see, bras actually confine the woman. So therefore, by burning the bra, it liberated them and set them free.
Yeah,
I don't want my tits sagging.
Yeah, it just causes back problems.
And henceforth, that is now why we have boob jobs.
Except for me.
Wait, I missed that leap.
Boob
Can you...
They again, by having a boob job, they're solid in one place.
Oh, I thought you meant like they're going Why the Last
wait a
Man.
minute, Wait
and
a
they're
minute,
just
wait
like,
a minute. You distinctly asked me the other day, you were just like, you went and you're just like, why do you have this? Why is there like padding in your bra? And I'm like, because the effects of old age and gravity, I need my tits to not sag. And you're just like, okay. And it's not the same.
Okay.
It's not the same as like
Quite said
when
it
people
like
that
that,
have
but okay.
small titties.
Just the way
You
she
did.
said it.
It's not the same as like when people have small titties and it's like, I need like 15 things of like padding in here to like enhance what I don't have. And it's like, I just need some kind of fucking barrier here to hold this shit up. You know, like the Army Corps of Engineers and Katrina and the levee that broke.
whoa,
Yeah,
cannot
that's
wait to
me.
make this transition. Wow.
Is it a high five for me or him?
No, for you. Well,
Me?
no,
Me?
her. She
No,
gets-
no, I know, but I want
Oh,
one.
okay.
What, the Army Corps of Engineers and Katrina holding the
I just
levee
like
up?
the
That is the
That was
first time
very
I've
dark.
ever heard a woman compare their body in any way
To
to
Hurricane
Hurricane
Katrina.
Katrina.
You know that storm
so happy.
that killed hundreds
Yeah.
and put many out of homes?
Yeah, my boobs are like that.
High five.
My titties made people die on rooftops
Do
while
you-
Anderson Cooper floated by in a raft.
Do your boobs also hate black people? Sorry.
Now, who's that company?
No
No comment.
No comment. Did you just say they actually do?
No, I said
I
my,
could have sworn that's what you
No.
just said to me.
No, I said while Anderson Cooper was floating by in a raft, and he was like, "This is very graphic," and there's a gentleman that's on a rooftop dead right there. You know, he was floating. That guy wasn't.
Well, he would
what I
if you
mean?
push him into the water.
He would have. He's not a fucking humanitarian, that blue-eyed motherfucker.
Let's kill him.
His twin's already dead. We can't go there.
Oh yeah, we gotta get my friend Liz first. I already said that.
Is that the one who was watching?
Yeah, she stopped watching.
But now she's
So,
not because we said he
guys,
was
now we can
horribly
actively
offensive.
plot. Because she went to bed.
Yes. So let's herald the
There's
time
somebody
that
still watching,
Jen
dude.
went and
Huh?
There's
compared
somebody
her
still
tits
watching.
to Hurricane Katrina. But
It's
no,
not her.
I don't.
I don't know. I haven't seen a viewer spike drop yet.
I don't find bras
Liz, we all love
or
you.
bra
Just
burning.
kidding.
I don't find bras or bra burning as a liberating thing because it's like, how many times have you been shopping with me where I'm like, I would really like to wear that dress, but I can't because I need to wear a motherfucking bra with it. Like,
Me personally, that's never happened.
it might not have, but
I get to
seriously,
wear whatever dress I want.
there are some people that are just like, I can wear that. That's really cute, and it's like I don't need to wear a bra with that. And I'm like, if I did that, I would look like a saggy tit monster. So, end of story.
Saggy tit monster.
I'm
On the TV.
If I can, no, I'm gonna go home and change my Xbox Live username. Saggy tit monster.
Isn't that going to cost you like 800 points?
Don't care.
Doesn't cost me anything on PlayStation.
All right, man. You know what? Just let me dream big.
Buy
All
the
right.
PS4, man.
so TV.
Yeah, go ahead.
Although I'll have that name
On
by
Sunday, the
tonight.
stream.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No.
I did.
It was a battle. It was a battle of Red Hook, and Justine went and stood her ground.
Really? Because I
You just
kind of
think
thought it
of a
was.
real Jew there.
Yeah, well, that's what Justine is.
Oh, all right. I don't watch the show.
I kind of
They're
thought it
looking
was
Red
really
Hook,
more
they're
of a
looking Brooklyn,
battle
she stood
for
her
the
ground.
child.
Little ground.
What
It-
child?
Oh, for Zach.
For Chavez.
Yeah, that.
It sort of was. I think last week's episode was more. Was more kind of that where it's like, you know, he was kind of coming to the realization that it was like, you're wrong, Dad. Mom's not a monster. That's fine. Oh wait, Nora went and smashed her in the face with a fucking hook, and her face is falling off. Shit, she's a monster. That was last week. This week, it's like he's kind of coming to terms where he's like, oh, Mom kind of may or may not be a monster. And also too, I think that
No, I think it was the bonding
all been
moment
there.
that he had
Yeah,
it with his
I know.
dad when he was operating on the Chinese dude.
Yeah, but that was last week though.
Yeah, that was the bonding of moment.
Yeah, where he was performing Hong Kong surgery.
That's
Seriously.
just someone who doesn't watch that show out of context.
You're just
that
like, what the
statement's
fuck?
amazing. Yeah, they bonded when they operated on that Chinese dude.
Performing Hong Kong
I have
surgery.
really got to watch this show.
Well,
What's
no,
the difference between that and normal surgery? Is there fried rice involved?
no.
Wow.
I'm talking more like back alley, you know, type of
Oh,
surgery.
so in Hong Kong, they only do back alley surgeries. Real nice.
No, the difference is
Tell
like
me
the
about
organ. You know how they
laundromat
usually transplant the organ in like a
Oh,
cooler. It's just a little takeout box.
And they left
Ah,
him in
nice.
a bath of ice.
Yeah.
It's like
No.
it's like dumplings or kidneys, right?
But with this episode though, it really was the fact where it's like you have I-Course going and finding a different way to go and transport all the infected Strigoi people over to Red Hook, and trying to get them past the security checkpoint, and they go and they disable the UV lights that they have at the checkpoints and stuff like that. So all the police officers and stuff that they have stationed there are just like, oh my god, fuck, it's like, what are we gonna do? And what is she, the councilwoman, right? That's what she is?
I guess, yeah.
So Justine's just like, oh my god, what are we gonna do, whatever. And this guy, I guess he's like the captain of, I guess, her district or whatever, who like really looks like Jim Cantori from the Weather Channel, by the way. He really, really does. He was like, this is the point where he's like, you just lost your balls. And he really says that to her.
I don't watch the show.
No, he was just like,
Why are you fucking smiling?
I'm trying out a couple looks. Don't just keep going.
I'm going. So you know, he goes and he says to her, he's like, you know, you lost your balls on this and whatever, and it's like you kind of can't back down from this. So we have this whole thing where Fett and Nora and Zach go and try and turn back on the power to get the UV lights back on to help with this barrage of Strigoi that are coming in, and obviously everything turns out fantastic. We have all these Red Hook, you know, Brooklyn neighborhood people uniting with any kind of fucking weapon that they find, and they're like fighting the Strigoi. They win, the lights come back on, the power is restored, everything.
And you forgot one important scene for...
I didn't get to it yet, but...
Actually, you did.
Go ahead.
There was the lesbian makeout scene.
Whoa,
Oh.
stop.
I'm sorry.
She's like, oh, that wasn't on my
Brunettes,
radar.
No, I think she actually fell asleep for that. Both.
No, I
Okay.
didn't. So Dutch
Oh, no,
and
not so Dutch. So
that's her name.
So like a lot of tongue, or just like tentative, like, oh, we're experimenting.
A little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
But
So it
it-
started with some hesitancy. That's hot.
Oh no, there was no hesitancy.
Oh, no?
She just went right in.
Confidence. I love it.
Yeah,
So the
and
British
like
chick
she was
that's
gonna rape her.
blonde, So the British chick that's blonde by the
Yeah.
name of Dutch, they had this heated argument as far as like, you know, what's going on, blah 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 blah. What were you really doing while you were quote unquote hiding in the apartment and blah 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 blah. And it was like whole like hate, you know, fucking type of passionate thing, and so on and so forth.
So it was angry kiss.
Angry.
There is nothing better than that, but.
No. But don't gloss over this. For someone who doesn't watch the show, this is the most interesting I've ever been
I told
in
you.
the show. Okay?
But
This
no,
is
but
how you
there-
get a viewer. Alright,
This
so
is how you get a viewer, but honestly, it wasn't a scene that actually took that long to complete. It's like it's two chicks going at it.
oh,
There
it would
was-
not take long
no.
to complete.
This is fucking FX. There was no scissoring or anything like that. That's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
So
like
what you're
that.
saying is the show would really benefit from being on Cinemax.
No. not
Well, in that scene it
necessarily.
would have.
There's not. I don't think there's anything dirty or provocative about scissoring that cannot be shown on FX.
That's true.
That's a bold stance you're
No,
taking.
I don't care.
if
That's
Are,
right.
Am I right about that? Seriously,
Have
where's
you
it
seen-
showing?
I'll be honest,
have
I
you
haven't
seen
thought
Sons
about
of
it.
Anarchy?
I haven't thought about it much. Like,
If two people are wearing skirts and it's like they're scissoring, what am I seeing? Two pieces of cloth?
it's a good point, actually.
Seriously.
What if they just had panties on?
Perfect.
Again,
What
I'm
about the
seeing.
C-string?
I'm seeing two skirts scissoring. I'm not seeing anything. I don't give a shit if they have panties on or what.
Everyone knows in a real world
No, no, no. Let's just
situation,
say they just had
that
panties
skirt
on.
would be
No
up
skirt.
at a certain point.
This is getting. I like. There's
No,
a reason
that
that you
skirt
and I
would
are
be
going
up.
to church. And
Yes.
you
There,
me and her.
that
First
skirt would be up
scissor.
over said individual. So guess what? I don't see.
Again,
anything.
Marco's like, what?
Skirts ripped off and just panty scissoring.
You don't
They
have
ripped off.
you don't have a clit. I'm saying you don't have a clit. You don't need
Yo,
to know
I got the
what
name.
kinds of things
I
need to
got
be
the name for this
touching
show.
during scissoring.
I just got the
To
name.
make
of the
it
show.
effective.
Ripped skirts.
I don't need
scissoring.
to.
I'm
figure it
assuming
out.
vaginas. But that's like those are what needs to be touching. If they're not rubbing buttholes.
No,
They may have been fingering.
there could be.
I'm not saying they're
Talking about
ignoring
scissoring,
that.
I mean, the one. I mean,
How
she
fast
does
we
seem
fall.
kind
As
of.
long as
How
there's some
fast we
kind of
fall.
friction there, chicks don't care.
Okay.
Chuck, don't give
See,
a
now
fuck.
I'm glad I stuck around
Exactly.
and learned something tonight.
Chuck, don't give a fuck.
Anyway, how was the strain?
Well,
Why don't we get through the
Well,
story?
hold
I
on.
guess?
And then we had the Jew taking
my
on
fucking God.
Eichhorst.
A230385.
Right, the Jew.
Oh Jesus.
No, he's a Jew. He's not Jesus.
Okay.
Well, actually, Eichhorst actually went and tried to take on Ephraim too.
Yes.
Where he was
Ephraim?
like,
F him.
yeah, Ephraim.
Thank you.
F him.
And he was trying to go in and say
I'm not
something
digging
about
his
his
new hairdo.
ethnicity. Like bald.
Curls.
Yeah.
Curls. Oh.
Curls?
Oh, he's Jewish.
No, we're talking about Ephraim.
Oh, my bad.
No, F him.
F him.
Look at the feet right there. I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to start watching this show,
Now you.
but
will.
I do. But there's so much more. I have so much more fun when I come to this and I just
And just listen to it?
because it sounds like nonsense.
It's not really. It is kind of in a way. It's like, actually, when I watch it, I keep thinking to myself, I was like, when's Nora gonna fucking die? Like, I'm a horrible person. for
No,
saying that.
no, I've thought that for a lot of TV shows.
No,
and a
because
couple
she
of
may
people in real
actually
life.
start. Nope, nope. I'm thinking that her and the Rat Catcher are gonna hook up,
and then the rat catcher and the British chick.
Because the
The
loving
rat
looks
catcher,
that keep
isn't
giving
it?
at each
Yes.
other. Where she's like, I like you and your blue eyes, you crazy Jew. Because he is. He's a Hungarian Jew.
Oh, I don't like him anymore.
Oh, because he's Jewish?
No, because he hates
'cause
Hungarians.
Yeah.
No.
See, we're in sync here.
Yeah.
This is gonna go well.
You don't like Soviet bloc Jews. You racist.
Block Jews? I prefer rounded Jews.
I said Soviet bloc Jews.
Right, I prefer the rounded
Not just
ones.
your normal Joe on the
He's more of a
block.
Lego guy.
Mega blocks. You get to build the thing quicker.
I thought Mega Bloks were for retards.
Like I said.
You know, oh, they're perfect for you.
I have
It
Mega
stands.
They did.
Parents were cheap bastards.
They didn't get you Mega Bloks then.
I was like, these are so hard to play with.
Do we have any other TVs that we
Anyway,
watch?
The Strain, it was good. It was
You had
fantastic.
Fear the Walking Dead.
I watched
No,
that
actually you
shit.
didn't because it wasn't
You
on
did
this
not
week.
have Fear the Walking Dead.
I didn't watch that shit.
It wasn't on, so nobody watched it.
I still don't watch it. Was that your
Was that,
rat catcher
Phil?
impression?
Yeah.
Alright, so what TV news do you have?
I got some.
Whatever.
Do you have any TV news?
I do.
No, please go ahead.
And it involves the same station that brought you The Walking Dead.
Okay.
AMC.
Preacher?
The Preacher.
Yeah.
Actually, I have that news too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Well, you had news all night. So let me get a little piece of it, okay?
He wants a piece.
Go ahead.
Rip it off.
I just said it. AMC is.
Actually, I have it printed here, like ready.
Oh, well, I
to
got
go.
it right here, all
You
up.
don't?
Yeah,
We're
Marco,
gonna
what
do
is
it
that?
live?
He does have an article up.
Preacher ordered to series with 10 episodes first season.
Blah 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 blah.
AMC has ordered a 10-episode first season of their DC Vertigo adaptation, The Preacher, created by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon. And it will star the guy who played Howard Stark.
And what was
Whatever
it?
his name was. Yeah.
Yes, his name,
You mean the
Worst
young
of
Howard
names.
Stark?
yes, Jesse Custer.
Like the one from
Oh, yeah, I got it. I got it all right here on the intranet.
Oh,
There's
shit.
one piece of that
Shut up.
I didn't hear,
What?
and I'm actually curious about.
Mhm.
What the fuck does Seth Rogen have to do with the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Because-
actually have that printed
Tell
right
us.
here.
Oh,
shit.
You ever seen War of the
So-
Roses? I'm pretty sure this is how the sequel
Oh,
starts.
yeah, Seth Rogen. What would you like me to tell you about him? I got him right
About
here.
him running over Kathleen Turner's cat.
No.
One of the roses.
Rogen
Anyway,
and
via
Goldberg.
Twitter, Seth
Goldberg.
Rogen officially announced the
Both
date
of
in which
you.
the TV adaptation for the comic book Preacher will be hitting AMC, which is May 2016. Also, a official poster was released. However, no characters that are to be featured in the series were available for said poster.
The upside down shirt.
All right, now your turn. What do you got?
Seth Rogen was in Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Zing!
All right, but can I
No,
ask,
actually, it just says Rogen and Goldberg will produce their series through their Point Grey banner,
wait, so
along with shut up,
Challenge.
along with Neil Mort's original film. AMC indicated that the series will premiere mid 2016.
so he's just producing. He's not actually.
That is
in it?
correct.
And we are still talking about the same Seth Rogen. It's
Nope, different one.
No,
Oh,
black.
good.
this
Oh,
is the
that's
one
fine.
that was
That sounds like the
in.
black one.
It's not like we're getting rid of the other one.
But they're only directing the pilot. It looks like.
Hey, you two. You
And the
both did a
Preacher ran
great
for
job.
66 issues.
Nice.
So that should be a short run show.
From 1995 to 2000. Well, maybe Ennis will actually redo it and make more.
Thank
It's on
you
the
for
AMC.
useless statistics, Rain Man.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so in more TV news, if fans want it badly enough, Brendan Small is banking on fan support to get a fifth and final mini-season of Metalocalypse off the ground and potentially on Hulu.
Kickstart that shit.
I think that is kind of what the premise of it is. He recently stated that get on Twitter or Facebook and tell Hulu how much you love Metalocalypse, and who knows what will happen. Because if you are a fan of the series, you'll know that it kind of ended with that weird fucking episode where Nathan Explosion went, and if he ever apologized to anyone, his internal organs would bleed, and it was horrible, and he can't. Yeah, I know. Like if you don't watch it, you're just like, what the fuck? But he was at their mentor's funeral, and he was trying to apologize to Pickles, and he was like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, and he was like bleeding out of his mouth, and it was horrible and everything, and the whole band, they broke up.
That's
and
metal.
no, seriously, it was just like really fucked up. But then after that, that was the last episode that would actually happen of the season. And then Brendan Small did like this whole like opera thing where it really was like songs and shit of what was going on, and I was like, this is not a conclusion to this fucking show. So even if it's only like 4 or 5 episodes, I'd be happy with that, just for it to kind of fucking conclude. So
Okay.
I have something. If you're done. Okay. The Outcast TV show Cinemax is picked it up for 10 episodes. It has actually started filming already in New York City.
Thank God.
Yeah. I don't know either, but so that will be actually be coming into fruition. I don't know right now if it's going to be airing on Cinemax only and then being syndicated anywhere else. It might just be
I still think it's just a Cinemax thing,
I think
only because of content.
yeah,
Whatever.
I believe so. I know there has been some people in New York City who didn't want it to be filmed there just because of the subject matter. So that stalled production for a little bit. Yeah, fuck them. Like New York City, as if that's the worst thing happening there. Like a TV show filming about possession.
You know, I mean, it's not like they're trying to blow up the Empire State Building.
No. Yet.
Because, I mean, that would really be the only monument I think New York has left.
Statue of Liberty.
Actually, that's in New
Yeah,
Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Seriously, guys.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Can you tell me where you actually get on the boat to go to the Statue of Liberty?
I get on at
I believe that's Manhattan.
Actually, no, it's not. You go to Bayonne, and you...
I think they have one in Manhattan.
I take my own boat.
You can take that, however, Liberty,
But I'm a
Liberty
big
State,
shot,
Liberty
so,
State
yeah.
Park is actually in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, when I take my yacht, I leave from New York, so, you know.
There you go.
whatever.
What are you, fucking Arthur?
No, I'm Eric.
Oh, you're not Dudley Moore?
No, I'm
Nice to
Eric.
meet
What, my name is not that confusing.
No?
No. Is it?
I have one last piece of news.
Alright.
Agent Carter star Haley Atwell told Fan Expo Canada panel participants that they should expect more Dottie Underwood, played by Bridget Regan, in the next season of the show.
Dottie!
Dottie! You didn't
That was
do it.
weird.
You
what
didn't
just
do
did.
it.
You looked like you were like doing some shit
Then
with
I had the
your hand.
Parkinson shake?
You're diddling someone.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
No,
No,
I was
I was
That's,
going with
that's exactly the
Parkinson.
kind of behavior that's gotten you kicked out of Chuck E. Cheese. You need to knock that shit off.
Listen, man.
Is that Dottie?
People at Chuck E. Cheese love me.
What?
Me by the arms and
No,
like,
no, no,
oh,
no, no.
guys,
You
I
grab
don't
people
love.
at Chuck E. Cheese.
No,
Actually,
he said that
they
wrong.
just think you're the giant fat rat.
He said that wrong. What he meant to say was he loves the kids at Chuck E. Cheese. It's different than the people at Chuck E. Cheese love him. I mean,
Phil loves the ball pit for more than one reason.
They're so easy to get their fucking change from. It's like, shit.
Oh.
Those tickets, they're mine now. I want the
Oh.
kazoo.
I'm just picturing him just walking around saying, "Hey kid, this ticket's to mine now."
Oh, last piece
I need a
of TV news.
kazoo.
Did anyone watch the new Flash trailer
No.
that featured
No.
Jay Garrick
Saw
for like
some
2
of it.
seconds?
Yeah.
Did
And
not.
Adam Copeland? No, for 2 seconds too.
Nope.
No, it was good.
Good.
Yeah. Do it.
I trust you.
Alright,
That's it.
so last thing I have to bring up is
Good job.
basically premiere dates
Could
for
you
some of
do
the
that
shows that we
tomorrow?
may be looking forward to.
Gotham.
So first one you have to talk about is the Bastard Executioner series premiere is September 15th at 10 p.m. on FX.
Bill.
After that, for those people that like it, Doctor Who season 9 premiere at 9 p.m. at BBC America. September 21st, me and Jen are going to be sad because Gotham season 2 is on September 21st at 8 p.m.
Oh, breaking news!
You're like,
According
oh,
to
shut up,
CBR,
yeah,
Jim
but-
Gordon retires from the GCPD. What the fuck is gonna happen?
The show's going to suck.
Yeah, I know.
It'll end. It'll get canceled. That's it.
I don't know if anybody's interested in it, but also Minority Report is on after Gotham.
Phil is not interested in that show.
Phil, are you
Not.
interested in this show?
Title alone.
What? Ah!
I see what you mean.
Uh,
I thought.
Racist.
Phil.
Tuesday, September 22nd, you have Scream Queens
I know you like that.
I do. You also have the Muppets on ABC.
That's right, you do.
I don't know
Eric,
how I feel about that.
Eric,
I love the
I
Muppets.
know how I feel about that.
did you like The Office at all?
Me?
No,
What?
you.
What?
Yeah, I love
Jennifer?
What?
That was starting to you. You
Wait,
were like, I don't know
Office?
how
wait,
I
wait,
feel.
like the
The
original
Office,
Office?
yes.
Wait, the original British one.
No. All right, the American one.
I didn't watch that one.
Okay. Well,
Right.
this is what it's based around.
Muppets-
It's like The
Muppets
Office,
are gonna
but
be
Just
It's gonna
for
be great.
Phil,
It's
we
gonna be
do
great.
also have Blackish season 2 coming back.
Where?
He's actually unsure how
what the
he
fuck
feels
is
about
season
that.
1?
It's
What's that show?
Almond.
Blackish.
It's
It
on.
was actually
Never heard
a
of
hit
it.
show, man.
Yeah.
Never heard of
It was
it.
a really big show.
Blacklist?
Thursday.
Blackish.
Blackish. Like you're
I
not.
never heard of that.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
Cool.
So, anyways,
Like
Thursday,
Rocky
September
Trombone.
24th, you have Heroes Reborn.
I don't know if I want to watch that.
I'm not gonna watch that.
I'll give it a try. I enjoyed the first one.
He'll be gone.
Saturday, September 26th, you have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon starting up
I will
at
watch
9:30 p.m. on Disney XD.
I think that might be
Yeah.
good.
That could be
Yes,
a
PM.
Jen falling asleep at night thing.
that.
Really?
Yeah, I can see that.
Right there with you.
I'm excited about that.
Me falling asleep at night? You scare me, Phil.
Fucking
What the
Christ.
fuck?
Dude, you just
Weird.
Tuesday, September 29th, you have Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 premiere.
I'll watch that.
Let's go to the second page, because now we're into October.
October 6th.
No, October 1st, which is
Fuck
nothing.
October.
Why? What's October? Oh, The Flash.
Eh.
Well, I didn't get to that. That's all right. So October 6th, you do have the Flash season 2 premiere. You also have iZombie season 2 premiere.
I told,
Wednesday.
actually, can I stop you for a second? I was like, oh, Mom. I was like, guess what? That's coming back soon. I was like, oh, really? And my dad was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, a show that we watch. And he was like, you watch this shit? And she was like, yes. Yes, I do. I was like, go, Mom.
Wednesday, October 7th, you
Why is it a
have
beat?
Arrow season 4, Supernatural season 11,
That's incredible.
American Horror Story Hotel, all in that night.
I thought that was Hotel Impossible with Anthony
That show not
Mercury.
gone yet.
Sunday, October 11th, The Walking Dead.
Meh.
And I know sometime in October, which maybe they will put it in here. You also have, and this is a show I personally enjoy, which I know is the final season. October 24th is going to be Da Vinci's Demons season 3. October 26th, you have Supergirl premiering.
I'll check it out.
October 31st, you have Ash versus the Evil Dead on Stars.
That's good.
Yes.
And Jesus, goes into November and December.
We're good for now.
Well, it's not that much more. And I don't really think this actually looked kind of interesting. Sunday, November 19th, Into the Badlands. If nobody's seen it, it's kind of like it's very martial art and sword driven. I guess it's in a future where there's no guns anymore.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
But the preview I saw looked pretty cool.
All right.
And
Viewing party, your place.
nah.
No,
I think that's it. There was another show that I keep seeing a preview for, and I don't know when it's. I think it starts sometime this month. It has Wesley Snipes in it. It kind of reminds me of the movie Gamer.
Is it about vampires?
No,
No.
not at
It's
all.
not Passenger
Oh, he
57 on a plane with vampires.
Do you want me to explain it?
No, I can explain,
Okay,
but
all
go
right.
ahead,
It's-
Phil.
I think it's on.
We'll give you a reason to talk.
I think it's on CBS.
It's called Tax Evaders.
Yes, that's what it is. Go ahead.
No, actually, I think you should explain because I actually forgot about what the base premise is. Is it his wife got killed? The guy's
No.
wife gets killed, and they offer him a chance to come into this. It's called Pit Boss.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's called.
I think it's
I
called
don't want to
Pit
work
Boss
at that casino.
because he's always like
Hey, man, I love the way
I'm the pit
No,
boss,
it's like, oh,
and the
your
house
husband's
always
killed?
wins,
Oh.
and he's like, you are the player, or is it called player?
Can you do that one?
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's called either
There's
player
my
or
purple
pit
teeth on my
boss.
purple lips.
Hey, we got 2 people watching now.
Holy shit.
Well, we're about to end, so
Hey, guys.
how's it going?
Thanks for joining.
But anyways, it looks interesting. They bet, I guess, on whether or not he can either, I believe, commit the crimes or stop the crimes.
It's
It's tax evasion.
Stop the crimes.
The
He can
player.
commit it.
They basically put this guy who's got nothing else to lose in crazy situations. I think he was a cop, and I think his wife was killed, and he's pretty much. They're like, listen, we know who killed your wife. We'll tell you exactly where he's at. You can go get him, go kill him, go stop him from committing more crimes. And if you do it, great. You can keep going from that point on.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, they're like, he finds out that this is a long line of people that have done this, and it always ends where the person gets killed because they keep upping the ante as far as what you have to go do.
So it was a Cop on the Edge, my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a former military operative.
Okay.
Oh.
But what's it called? Is it Pit Boss?
No, it's called The Player.
The Player. Okay.
And it's basically kind of what Phil was saying, the story of a former military operative turned security expert who's drawn into high-stakes game where an organization of wealthy individuals gamble on his ability to stop the biggest crimes imaginable, and then it just goes into other members of the cast. But basically that's it. He has to stop crimes, and they bet on whether or not he can or not.
And Wesley Snipes is basically the one who runs the organization. He's the one who sends him out on his...
Phil, didn't we have this discussion about Wesley Snipes not being too big to make TV shows?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, you totally said that, Phil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I can't remember what was. I just remember talking about Wesley Snipes.
I'll go with that.
Long time ago. Maybe like a month, which for me is a long time.
But on that note,
That is all. That's all I have.
Well, this was another exciting adventure in podcasting and rip skirt scissoring. So, yeah. Well, that's the name
And
of
I
the
believe
show.
in the middle of all the
Scissoring.
rib
Name
skirt
of it,
scissoring,
yeah.
we found out that Lee does not have a clitoris, or...
he does not.
I don't think
That's
we
what
ever
I'm
arrived on
preaching
a
about.
conclusion.
No, we
Listen.
did, because I heard
Okay.
John kind of...
I didn't hear it, so I was kind of still up in the air as to the status of Lee's clitoris.
He doesn't know about scissoring or pressure points that are needed for orgasms. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not for you. I think he's got his down.
You might.
Well, maybe you need to stop slacking. He's doing
I don't
fine.
think so.
He's got his figured
Yeah,
out.
oh yeah. I'm gonna take that.
You
opinion.
laugh about that and get all rosy cheeked about that motherfucker. Yeah, no comment.
Jen always gets excited when she says the word motherfucker.
Fucker.
I do, because it's wrong. He is wrong.
Oh, so this is at Into the Badlands.
I can say.
Now you
I can't now.
Oh, God, Phil.
What's in that trunk? Ain't none of your damn business.
This is
All
probably,
you viewers, you're gonna have to fucking wait.
this is
sorry.
great radio.
I can't see anything.
Sorry.
That guy got kicked. That guy got kicked. Trunk. Guy in a trunk.
Tell me why you're
Alright,
in
oh
that
boy.
trunk and not dead like the rest.
Told you.
Someone named the widow paid those nomads to find me.
He's a girl named the widow.
That was my former coworker.
And the preacher's coming to AMC. AMC's gonna have a good lineup.
Your parents died after a life of servitude.
We should probably finish this after.
Is the podcast over already?
No, we didn't really give a...
We didn't stop it.
No, we haven't stopped yet.
Each arm represents a
This guy's got tattoos, Lee.
Actually, they look like I Ching tattoos.
Someone
No,
just
I
got their
think I'm
neck
doing a good
broken.
enough job. I'll do it for the radio listeners. Podcast.
Oh, it's a church!
He kind of looks like Conor McGregor
This
a
is
little
gonna be
bit.
your church.
Actually, I was thinking more like Brigham Young, but whatever.
A little bit Conor, a little bit of Brigham. Alright. Because those two were gay and like just mixed their sperm around and impregnated a woman.
They could have been.
Which I'm pretty sure that's how babies work.
Something like that.
Sperm, yeah. Probably don't use it.
That's probably not the best course of action.
What do you got out there? Read it.
5 to 1, they're using the exact same sets as the Walking Dead.
Everybody wants what they can't have. We'll hunt you down. Make sure people slit your throat.
Is this based on a comic?
I don't think so.
Battle of the Man's War.
So So it seems like some kind of like crazy like southern type something or other.
It's a southern fucking.
It's like a
samurai.
southern style samurai something. But where the fuck does it
Southern
really take
kung fu
place?
film.
When you said the Badlands, I thought they were gonna dig up
I'm
dinosaur
in.
fossils.
I'm in on
Oh,
this.
I am still in on this.
Phil, you ain't watching shit.
Oh, I watch shit that's good. I'm just not like you. Oh, this show sucks. Let me watch it next week.
Like, just do me a favor. Don't contact your Asian friends and be like, "Do your family come from this place?"
No, I was just gonna ask him if they're starring in a new film.
I'm in on that. I'm in. I'm sold. All right, so now that we got the
So I
straight
give us a
out
1 to 5
listeners-
chance to get copyright claim.
Oh, just take that out, right?
So can we?
Can't take it out
We
live.
can.
No, I mean on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Are
Well,
we
technically,
going to
there's
be
nothing
ending
really
this?
take out. It's
Sure.
just a
All right. You
trailer.
want me to? You want me to?
Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Or do you?
Go ahead.
Nothing else.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Hall of Heroes podcast, broadcasted from the One Up Collectible Shop. My name is Eric.
I am Jennifer.
I'm Phil.
I am Marco.
I am Lee, your overlord.
Supreme
Supreme
Overlord.
Overlord.
What are you trying to be
Whole-
like Phil and make it enter your mouth?
I am.
This is how it works, folks.
So
get a deep throat.
yeah,
His is bigger
So yeah, all
and
right.
blacker.
I need
Phil,
everybody
so I need
to.
Yeah, do it.
Drop mic, exit right.
That's crazy. That's how you actually left right.
Yeah.
I want to leave left now. Just be different.
Just